participating Napa Auto Parts stores, you can get a 26-piece screwdriver set for only $19.99. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how. While supplies last. Offer expires 12/31/17. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer starts next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast with our meteorologist, Kevin Snyder.
Today, partly sunny, breezy, and chilly, high 31. Tonight, partly cloudy and cold, low 19. Tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sunshine, high 37. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
22 in snow at O'Hare, 23 in snow along the lakefront. Same story at Midway, Joliet, 23, 21 in Aurora. Your next news update, 5:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy starts now on AM 560, The Answer.
Listen to AM 560 on your mobile device. Now available on iHeartRadio. Online at iHeartRadio.com.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
Good morning. Amy Jacobson here. Bruce Wolf
Hi.
on the other side of the console.
Hi.
Hi, honey. How are you?
Very good yourself.
I'm good. You know, I asked Dan last week how he's doing.
Yeah.
We've got a show to do.
Well, I was going to say the same thing.
I
Because,
mean, we've got to solve the world, but we've got to talk about property taxes. This is not time for pleasantries.
Well, I mean,
Whew.
seriously, we're on a
Serious.
mission here. That's mission critical.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we're on the verge, really, of the Democrats zeroing in, putting Donald Trump in their crosshairs. Because once they get rid of Al Franken, it's a clear path to Donald Trump.
Oh, really?
And I think we've got to address that situation.
Okay, so I can't ask how you're doing?
No!
Let's.
I'm sorry. I'm a
It's
little
okay.
bit...
Yeah, what's going on?
There's no HR department in Salem, right?
Not until 9 o'clock, so we're fine.
Oh, okay. Anything before 9?
Anything before 9's fine.
It's free.
Yep.
Yeah. You can manhandle me.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
womanhandle
oh,
me,
yeah.
And by the way, that's what's going to happen in the next 10 to 15 years.
Uh-huh.
I mean, right now, we always fight the last battle. It's like in World War II. Like in Vietnam, we fought it like it was World War II.
Uh-huh.
You notice right now the sexual harassment stuff
Ooh.
is about guys who mainly did stuff like 10 or 20, 30 years ago. I mean, who knew that you couldn't touch somebody? I mean, come on. But okay, fine. But 10 to 15 years from now, we're going to be talking about what's happening right now. It's all going to be about female sexual harassment of men. I guarantee you that's what it's going to be because women get 58% of the bachelor's degrees. They are in power in so many places, and they do it differently. They don't do it like men.
How, if I was to harass you, how would I go about that?
You would ask me.
Bruce?
You would try.
First, would I tell you? I love that army green sweatshirt you're wearing.
No,
wow,
because men.
That's hot.
Women are different from men. No, women just want
we just want to be coddled and
and all
we
that
want to
stuff
talk
and be a confidant or something like that. And my sister is a labor attorney. She says this kind of stuff happens all the time. So that's what
women
do.
abusing men?
Yeah, but that's the way they do it. They don't do it by touching
And grabbing?
They don't do it that way,
Grabby.
mainly. Yeah.
Grabby. But a Democrat might go down today. Senator Al Franken, heat's on him.
No pun intended. But anyway,
Yeah.
so...
No, he's going to have a big press conference today.
But is he going to resign? Because I've heard conflicting reports about it.
Oh, yeah, CBS said that he was going to resign. Then they said, no, we don't know yet whether he will resign. 32 members of...
I thought it was up to 34.
It's 34 now?
Or is that 32 members?
Well, I went to bed. It was 20 members who were asking for him to resign. Then I woke up and it was 32 Democratic senators who want him to resign because they say it's time. And leading the charge is Senator Gillibrand.
Gillibrand. Yeah. Not Gillibrand, but Gillibrand.
Gillibrand. I said it right.
Yeah, you did say it right.
Well, here's Cheryl. Or no, what's her first name? It's just Gillibrand.
Right. It's Gillibrand.
You need to draw a line in the sand and say none of it is okay. None of it is acceptable.
None of it. And then Dick Durbin mumbled his way through something dirty Durbin.
Is wrong. He has admitted to it, and he should resign from the Senate.
So what? I keep going. So we're inviting Roy Moore to the Senate, and he's an alleged
Molester.
child molester.
Two-time molester.
But we're saying goodbye to Al Franken, who's
Maybe
a
today.
little handsy. All right, listen to this. So the 7th woman came forward yesterday. Politico is not identifying her to protect her. She said this happened in 2006 after his radio show.
Which
they
you
were
can always go
walking
back
out.
to, Air America.
Well, she said she was gathering her belongings to follow her boss out of the room. When she turned around, Franken was in her face. The former staffer said she ducked to avoid Franken's lips. Ooh, you go like that.
Sure.
As she hastily left the room, she said Franken told her, "It's my right as an entertainer."
Right.
He was between me and the door. He was coming at me to kiss me. It was very quick, and I think my brain had to work really hard to be like, wait, what is happening? But I knew whatever was happening was not right, and I ducked. The former aide said in an interview. She said, I was really startled by it, and I just sort of booked towards the door. And that's when, he said it was my right as an entertainer.
Well, that's his MO. Now, what about the 8th one? Is there
Well,
anything
okay,
different
so
from
this
that?
woman, this former staffer of his, was in her mid-20s at the time. He was not a senator at the time that this happened.
Right.
And she said she never met Franken prior to the incident, and Franken was elected to Senate in 2008, but began ramping up his political activity in 2006. Blah, blah, blah.
What
blah,
happened
blah.
with the 8th one?
The 8th one bothers me. See, this
Mm-hmm.
this is not sexual harassment, number 8.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
What happened?
All right, number 8,
Which came out yesterday about
right after number 7.
Sure, usually would chronologically.
Wait, where's,
Sure.
hold on, 8. Here we go. Blah, blah, blah. This incident was alleged to have happened during a photo op at a Washington, D.C. party in January of 2009, weeks after the senator won his first election. You know, D.C. was decked out and packed for the inauguration of a young, popular new president. She said she saw Franken at one of the events, and she never bugged celebrities, but she bugged him because her foster mom loves him. So she asked Franken to get a picture. He posed for the shot. He immediately put his hand on my waist, grabbing a handful of flesh. I froze. Then he squeezed at least twice.
Well, where did he squeeze? Because
Around
this
her
reminds me,
waist.
This reminds me of number 2.
The
which was
deuce? Yeah, number 2.
No, number 2,
I
the
know.
one at the state fair.
Yeah, who said he put his hand
They
on
had
her
grabbed
butt.
a hunk of her buttocks. So the question is, where was the hand? But you still cannot squeeze the waist too much. That's harassment.
Okay, if that is harassment, then I have been harassed 1,000 times.
I would think tens of thousands of times.
Honestly.
But,
I mean, there's a picture of Herman Cain when I met Herman Cain behind, and he had his hand under my breastises right here.
Really?
And it was cupping it
And you
hard.
said 999. Don't do that, Herman.
I said, Godfather's Pizza, Godfather's Pizza. Let go, please.
Really?
No, and you know what? He
Herman
just-
Cain. Wait a minute. This is a story. Let's
No,
alert
so,
the
and
AP.
I didn't say a word to him.
Wait,
but there's a
where
picture
did
of
Herman's,
it.
Where's Herman Cain's hand on you? Is it-
Right under my breast.
No.
It's on Twitter somewhere.
you cannot put.
Who
Herman-
cares? I didn't care.
What do you mean you didn't care?
Because sometimes you take pictures real quick and you just.
First of
you
all, you're
grab-
wearing a bikini top at the
No,
time.
it's
no,
a
that's at another
two-piece.
place. I forgot. Okay, so
But he put his hand around me. We took a picture. And even somebody wrote, because it was that whole Sherilyn Bialik
that is sexual
incident.
harassment.
Oh, my gosh. And somebody pointed out in the article, and look where Herman Cain's hand is on this reporter.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Who cares? No, ladies.
That guy should never
ladies,
become president of the
let's
United States.
prioritize here. Number 8 should have never said a word.
I think number 8 is sexual harassment.
You do?
Yes.
He just put his hand around her waist and
How
squeezed.
hard was he squeezing? If you hold it any harder than you hold a golf club, which is supposed to be like a dove in your hands, if you hold it any harder than that, that is harassment.
Oh, okay.
So the rule is
Pops.
how hard you're holding a 9-iron.
Before you see it on TV, share it on Facebook, or read about it in the paper. Hear it here first. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
I saw some snow on the way to work today.
Really?
Did you have any up north where you live? In the North
Well, you
Pole?
know, I came in so early as usual.
Oh, you were here last night?
Yeah, it's camped outside. Yeah. Today, I was very excited about being here,
I know.
Today, partly sunny, brisk and cold, high of 29. Tonight, partly cloudy and cold, low of 16. Tomorrow, not as cold with intervals of clouds and sunshine, high of 36, low tomorrow night, 27. Now for a check of traffic, I'm going to guess it's Jim Telemonte.
Guessed right. Good morning,
Okay.
Bruce. Good morning. Good morning, Amy. Right on. Things look pretty good, actually, in spite of the snow. We got some slick spots here and there. We had a crash reported on the Kennedy a bit ago, but that's gone. Everything is wide open in both directions. Reversibles are open inbound, as they should be. The Aidens is all clear. The conditions are very good on the expressways and tollways. That being said, there is a dusting in some areas, a little bit of a precipitation here and there on some of the secondary roads to allow safe time and following distance. On the outbound Ryan, there is road work 87th to the split again this morning. 3 left lanes are closed until 6 a.m. Otherwise, right now, things are great on the expressways and tollways. That includes Northwest Indiana. No problems to report there. I'm Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
Risk mitigation is an important consideration that smart companies pay attention to in today's complicated business climate. Some of the greatest risks occur when your company hires new employees or when you execute new business financial relationships. When your company hires, leases, or conducts financial transactions, decisions are critical. That's why veteran-owned and operated Global Verification Network is a company you should know. Startups to Fortune 100s trust Global Verification Network, and so should you. They're a background screening and investigative services company dedicated to expert, timely, and affordable background screening services for employment, tenant screening, and business due diligence. Global Verification Network is headquartered in Chicagoland, a federally recognized veteran-owned small business, and never offshores data like many competitors. To request your company's risk analysis without obligation or cost, visit globalverificationnetwork.com or call 877-695-1179 or visit them online at globalverificationnetwork.com. Global Verification Network, the risk mitigation experts, 877-695-1179.
A storm is on the horizon, and you need to keep the lights on no matter what. Your business relies on the power being on 24/7. It's the lifeblood of your data and computer systems. Weather-related outages from the power company are not acceptable. Your need for a source of power that's reliable 24/7, along with round-the-clock service that can dispatch technicians to your site immediately, is mission critical. Your business needs Charles Equipment Energy Systems on speed dial. These are the big boys, not residential or solar, but reliable industrial generators for emergency backup or events. When you need more than a 100-foot extension cord plugged into a small engine generator, call Charles Equipment Energy Systems. They keep the lights on with rental generators for job sites or power outages. Stay warm this winter. Plan ahead. Call now to prepare generators for winter storms and potential power outages. Call 630-834-6000. That's 630-834-6000 or charlesequipment.com. charlesequipment.com.
My name is David Hochberg, Vice President Lending at Pearl Mortgage. If you're looking to secure financing on a new home or refinance your existing home, give me a call. If you're purchasing a home within the next year, this is very important. Your credit score is the most important factor in determining your interest rate and monthly payments. I strongly advise listeners purchasing a home to contact me as far in advance as possible so I can pre-qualify you for free. I will analyze your credit and make recommendations to improve your credit scores so you can secure the lowest rate when purchasing a home. Paying banks and other lenders a fee to get pre-qualified is ridiculous. If you're purchasing a home, give me a call now at 312-751-1333 or visit am560david.com and get pre-qualified for free. I've helped thousands of AM560 listeners, but I can't help if you don't call 312-751-1333 or visit am560david.com. Pearl Mortgage, an equal housing lender, Illinois Residential Mortgage Licensee 4358 and MLS 19186.
It's that wonderful time of the year where you get to reconnect with family and friends, to celebrate, catch up, and just have fun. At Augustino's Rock and Roll Deli and Grill, they call that FaceTime. And whether FaceTime happens around your table or theirs, Augie's has been helping families and friends celebrate this busy and exciting season with great food at a great price for almost 40 years. Dine on their signature subs as big as your forearm, homemade Italian beef, hand-rolled meatballs, fresh, never frozen grilled burgers, and mouth-watering pizza. Surrounded by museum-quality memorabilia, Augie's offers a truly unique dining experience. With fast, fresh, affordable food, Augustino's Rock and Roll Deli and Grill is ready to make your holidays with family and friends simple and easy. With fast, fresh, affordable food, Augustino's Rock and Roll Deli and Grill in Carroll Stream or West Chicago. Get your parties started now. Check out the extensive holiday catering menu at augustinos.com. From family gatherings to office parties, make FaceTime happen with Augustino's Rock and Roll Deli and Grill.
AM 560, The Answer.
Quickly, before we talk about food for the poor, let's go to Tony, who joins us from the south side. Good morning, Tony. How are you?
Good morning, Amy, me fella Fiola, and my favorite ambulance chaser, Bruce, my friend. How
Thank
are
you, Tony. Very good.
Hey, listen, this is what's going on with this whole Al Franken thing, right?
Right.
If the Democrats push Franken out, then what can happen is they have the standing to get more out once Moore is elected. It's as simple as that.
Right.
Politics, babies. All right? Love you. Bye-bye.
Love you, too. And actually, it's a direct line to Trump, too, because that's their ultimate goal. Because the collusion thing didn't work out. That was a total bust.
Right.
The Russian collusion. Now they're pivoting towards obstruction of justice. That's not going to work out either. And the whole deal is going to be, let's get him for sexual abuse. I say, okay, even if it's true that Trump did abuse some women, Trump is a make-good for Bill Clinton. So we get to have Trump for 8 years. That's
Yeah,
the
but
way
were
I
there
look
any
at it.
assaults? I mean, it was just more, come to my hotel room. Just
I don't know. I thought there was actual touching. Of course, you don't even consider touching an assault.
Well, no, if you touch, that is an assault.
Yes, it is. So, trust me, that's where it's going to be headed.
That's where it's going to head. Yeah, yesterday they had an impeachment hearing yesterday.
Well, that was
Nixed. It's all
right.
It was Nixon. Even Nancy Pelosi said now's not the time for
Right.
this.
The time
which
will be
was
when the
strange.
when the Democrats, if they get control of the House, which is possible in 2018, then they will start ramping up the heat on Donald Trump for sex abuse, because none of this Russian collusion is
No.
going anywhere. It's so bogus.
Kind of makes me rawr. I'm having Russian collusion fatigue. What I am excited about, though, is AM 560. We've partnered up with Food for the Poor for our annual campaign. Our goal this year is to provide food for a year and water for life for 3,000 children in Haiti and Guatemala and in the Caribbean, places that have been hit by the hurricane. We're asking for a one-time donation of $50. You can go to 560theanswer.com, search for the keyword food, make a donation on behalf of your well-fed children or grandchildren, and it really does make a difference. I had the honor of going to Haiti with Food for the Poor, and I don't know why I get emotional every time, but those kids have absolutely nothing. And we go into orphanages, and their parents couldn't provide for them, so they just dropped them off, or the mom died, or the dad was shot in the streets, and they leave the kids, at the steps of the orphanage, and the Food for the Poor helps them as well. So asking for you to make a personal donation, but we also have still a few slots left for our business benefactor program.
Yeah, and with this program, any business that makes a $2,500 tax-deductible donation to Food for the Poor will receive 40 60-second commercials Monday through Friday, 5 to 8 p.m., 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. on AM 560, The Answer. For a business that wants to be involved in this program, here's how they can do so. Call sales manager Michael Mann.
You know him.
Known him forever. Directly at 847.
You guys went to prom together, right?
Well, not as a couple.
Yeah,
No,
sure.
I'm like about 40 years older than Michael Mann. I was the chaperone for his prom. I'm old. He's a man.
How old are you?
I'm so old that I remember that the last time Loyola was in the national championship game, they beat the number 5 team last
Oh, yeah,
night.
Florida.
This
Yeah,
was in
I saw that.
1963. They won the national championship game, and the game wasn't even on television. It was on tape delay on TV. And it was on live on the radio with Red Rush, the great Red Rush, who was the inspiration for my Ding Dong Dilly of a Dinger. But enough about me. Let's talk more
Let's go
about
back to
our
that business benefactor
program. Yeah, you call sales manager Michael Mann directly at 847-871-1527 and ask for the business benefactor program. Visit 560theanswer.com and search for the keyword food. Text the word BIZ, B-I-Z, to 64636.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, here we go again. Another local transgender student demanding to get into the women's locker room. But first, let's go into the newsroom and check in with Mike Scott.
Amy and Bruce, good morning. Good morning, everyone. We have partly cloudy skies, on and off snow showers throughout much of the area. We'll call it light snow for now. West-northwest winds at 13 give us a wind chill of 5 above. Senator Al Franken under major pressure this morning to resign amid numerous accusations of sexual misconduct. The Minnesota Democrat expected to make an announcement later today on his future. New York Democrat Kirsten Gillibrand said his behavior was not acceptable.
I do not feel that he should continue to serve. Everyone will make their own judgment. I hope they do make their own judgment.
Yesterday, he denied a report he was stepping down, saying no decision has been made. However, the governor of Minnesota is ready to tab his lieutenant governor to replace Franken. Presidential counselor Kellyanne Conway says she too tried to share her Me Too moment during the 2016 election campaign, but no one was listening.
Yes, of course I've had a Me Too moment, but nobody cared about that, and nobody cared that I was saying it because of whose campaign I was managing.
Conway appeared at Tuesday's Politico Women Rule Summit. Disgraced Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein is now the target of a class action suit as sexual misconduct allegations continue to surface against him. Texas Democrat Al Green tried and failed, but he did force a House vote Wednesday calling for debate to begin on impeachment proceedings.
Donald John Trump, by causing such harm to the society of the United States, is unfit to be president and warrants impeachment, trial, and removal from office.
Green's move was easily defeated, mostly ignored even by Democrats. Homeowners in Ventura County, California, are preparing to evacuate as the Thomas fire continues to spread. This man from Ojai loaded his valuables, and he and his family are ready to go.
When you're out here and you're smelling the smoke and you're feeling the wind and you're seeing how close it is and you realize how minutes away everything that you own could be gone.
Ventura County Sheriff's deputies go door to door this morning in some Ojai neighborhoods. They're telling residents it is time to evacuate. Several U.S. airlines are requiring those who have that brand new luggage that has GPS tracking in it to dumb down their smart luggage before putting it on a plane. Now, you may know that smart luggage includes that battery-powered GPS tracking, have phone chargers or motors to make lugging them around easier. At issue are those lithium batteries that power the smart luggage, and they might carry the risk of catching fire on the plane. So American, Delta, and Alaska Airlines are planning to enact a smart luggage ban early next year. Chicago's former top cop is seriously considering running for mayor of the city of Chicago. The Sun-Times says Gary McCarthy wants Mayor Rahm Emanuel's job. The Inspector General for the Chicago Public Schools is urging the Chicago Board of Education to fire schools chief Forrest Claypool. Mayor Emanuel acknowledges Claypool has made a mistake during an ethics investigation, but said there's to be no rush to judgment about Claypool. The top Democrat in the Illinois Senate saying he does want to work with Governor Bruce Rauner on a new state budget, but Senate President John Cullerton says he's also prepared to work without the governor. Last night, Loyola stunned number 5 Florida in college hoops 65-59, handing them a Gator-sized loss. UIC over Wisconsin Parkside. Fighting Illini win over Austin Peay. DePaul win over Central Connecticut State. In the Valley, Southern Illinois lost at St. Louis, and the Redbirds of Illinois State dropped a decision at BYU. Bulls took a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter, but could not hang on. They lost to the Pacers 98-96, and the struggling Blackhawks fell behind early and never recovered in a 6-2 loss to the Capitals. The news, a service of Cabela's. For families who love the great outdoors every season, the only place to go this season is Cabela's Christmas sale. Save 25% off select men's, women's, and kids' hunting boots. Plus, don't miss Saturday 8 a.m. doorbusters. Shop in-store and online at Cabela's.com. A check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Hey, Mark, thanks for hanging on, man.
I think the reason you like the travel ban and the wall is the same reason, because you're a racist.
The Joe Walsh Show.
I think the travel ban is nonsense.
You think it's nonsense, but does the president have the authority to keep certain people out of here?
He's an idiot.
Hey, Walsh, you're a racist and Trump's an idiot. Boy, that's a constructive dialogue.
The Joe Walsh Show. Weeknights starting at 5. Right after Sean Hannity at 2 on AM 560. The Answer.
That might have been the worst caller we've ever had.
For families who love the great outdoors every season, the only place to go this season is Cabela's Christmas sale. Don't miss Saturday 8 a.m. doorbusters. Shop in-store and online at Cabela's.com.
Roof is needy?
Call Grumweedy.
630-595-8020.
Roof is leaky? Call Grumweedy.
630-595-8020.
Shingles are curly?
Call Grumweedy.
630-595-8020.
Roof isn't right after it's stormy? Call Grumweedy.
630-595-8020.
Here comes winter. Well, soon. This is Mark Olson
and Greg Olson of Crumweedy.
Since 1953, the roof guys for your home and business.
We fix roof problems.
Get it done before the winter comes.
Hate the high pressure?
Not from us.
We give you multiple options. Then you choose.
A roof that lasts at a fair price.
We fix roof problems.
When your roof is needy,
call Crumweedy. How about the number?
630-595-8020. 630-595-8020.
Call us. We make sure your warranty is in place. Crumweedy, 630.
Wait. Just remember, myroofisneedy.com.
5:36. Let's get an update on the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. On the Eisenhower inbound, traffic is slow. First Avenue to Des Plaines Avenue. It's 30 minutes from 390 to downtown. Outbound fine at 29. No problems or delays to report on the Edens or the Kennedy right now. Stevenson inbound is tight. Cicero to Kedzie. Outbound Willow Springs Road to the Tri-State. No more than a 1 or 2 minute delay either way. On Ryan, it's stop and go Cermak to the Burn Circle. 19 minutes, 95th to downtown. Outbound 15, but there is road work at 87th and 3 left lanes. I-57 is clear, but Bishop Ford slow starting at 111th. 22 minutes, 80-94 to the Ryan. Northbound Tri-State heavy approaching Chicago Road after a stall. The other tollways are good. There is some lake effect snow in the area, so allow safe time and following distance this morning. Traffic is a service of Napa Auto Parts. Right now at participating Napa Auto Parts stores, you can get a 26-piece screwdriver set for only $19.99. Quality parts, helpful people, that's Napa know-how. While supplies last. Offer expires 12/31/17. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. Partly sunny, brisk and cold today, high 29. Currently, snow almost everywhere. The only place snow is not falling right now, according to the National Weather Service, is Waukegan. Every other reporting station has snow falling. 21 degrees at O'Hare, 23 along the lakefront. Your next news update is at 6. And Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next with Bruce Wolf in for Dan on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Illinois Rising, hosted by Dan Proft and the Illinois Policy Institute. Sunday afternoons at 3 on AM 560, The Answer.
Hey, Joe Walsh here. Is the government going to shut down by the end of the week? Maybe. I don't think it's that big a deal if it does. We'll talk about it when freedom returns at 5.
Freedom! I smell freedom in here. I think Joe Walsh was here. Yeah, he was. Did you smell it?
Why
on the microphone?
I was going to say Mel Brooks. Mel Gibson, all of a sudden, persona grata. Everybody, he made a movie. I thought.
Yeah, he did
Mel
something
Brooks,
back sometime.
Oh yeah, what the heck? It's fine. Time has passed. That's why
I can't even remember what he did.
Nah, it was nothing. You know, he made some anti-Semitic
Oh,
remarks.
that's
and
what it was.
everything like
Right.
that. He was drunk, and he's now back in our good graces. I'm telling you, just take a little time here. Al Franken should wait it out.
Harvey Weinstein will be back someday.
Right. You know why?
Kevin Spacey might not be, but I have a feeling once he
gotta
goes
tell
to
you-
counseling and redeems himself, has a mea culpa, apologizes, cries, I think he'll be back in.
Remember the comedian Fran Lebowitz? She was this comedian, and she said during the AIDS crisis, she said and this is really caustic and cynical. She said when the AIDS crisis hit, all the best gays died because they were the ones who, you know, were the most involved in the bathhouses and everything. They got all the action. So
Rock
she
Hudson
said, she said the best gays died. So now you're seeing like all these stars getting knocked off in another sex crisis. And, you know, what are going to be left? You know, without Harvey Weinstein, a lot of good movies are not going to be made. That's all I'm saying.
The rate that we're going soon, there's going to be no more movies, no more politicians, no more writers, no more directors, no more
Today
actors,
Show.
no more Today Show or the CBS Morning. Don't forget Charlie Rose.
Charlie Rose.
Walking around naked. Who wants to see that guy naked? Ooh.
You know what? And the tragedy is he actually believed they did.
I know.
Yeah.
You know what? Because these guys are nerds in high
Right.
school and in college, and then they get on television and people throw themselves at. They have groupies.
You know, I actually envy Matt Lauer, though. He's got enough
Why?
money for the rest of his life, and he doesn't have to get up early anymore at this unnatural hour in order to do a show, which, let's face it, I mean, he'd done day after day, year after year. It had to be, at best, it was dull for him. At worst, it's an embarrassment because the Today Show's a piece of crap. So go ahead.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you think Matt Lauer's okay sitting home?
No.
Sitting this one out? I mean, he's supposed to go to to South Korea for the Olympics.
No, Sochi. He
Sochi.
wasn't going to go to Sochi.
No, Sochi. Yeah.
No.
Sochi's Russia.
Yeah.
No.
that's-
Sochi's where he
that's where it
assaulted
happened. Yeah.
a woman in his hotel room.
Right, in Russia. Right. He wasn't supposed to go to the Olympics, though.
Yes,
They had
he
already
was.
yanked him from it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I know that
Oh,
much. Sure.
I don't believe you.
No, they
I
had.
need-
Let's make a bet on it.
Keith, can you look up whether
They
or
had
not Matt
yanked
Lauer,
Matt
was
Lauer from
supposed
the
to go to
Olympics. He wasn't going to go to the Olympics this time.
Hmm.
Or maybe that's Costas. I'm
You know
not
what?
sure. But go
It's
ahead.
Costas that they yanked, not
So maybe Costas.
Matt Lauer.
That's,
We figured it out, Keith. We're okay.
No, I think they yanked
Thanks,
Lauer,
Keith.
too.
Keith Conrad, executive producer.
Costas? All right.
It was Costas.
I
See,
mean, they're
don't doubt
fungible.
me.
I don't care.
Don't doubt me. So we have a little incident brewing here, right here in our own backyard. Another transgender student, this one goes to Palatine High School, District 211, filed a lawsuit against the school district because she believes her rights are being violated. She is a transgender. Her name is Nova Maddie and has identified as a girl for most of her time in high school.
In order to show people that I am no different from any other girl, I have to put my face out there and have to show them, and hopefully it brings a level of human understanding to it.
And, have you seen a picture of Nova?
Well, I'm not worried about her face so much. I'm worried about, this is a delicate question to ask, because she's talking about being in the locker room with other girls, and they actually want to give her an accommodation by putting her in a private area.
Well,
she doesn't want that.
Well, here's the thing. This is the point of the lawsuit is she wants to get into the locker room.
All I want to do is just be like all the other girls in school. I just want to use the locker room, change, and go to my gym class. And unfortunately, the district's made it impossible to do that.
And that is wrong. And that is where the reporter in the story should have stood up and said, no, we've done some investigating. And yeah, it's sometimes you're forced to change in the school's nurse's office. Sometimes she received gym waivers, but the school has offered her access to the girls' locker room as long as she changes behind a private area. So there's a sheet up so she can enter the girls' locker room, but she goes behind this private area. But now that's not even enough.
I shouldn't be required to change in a private area where no other girl is required to.
I mean, what about the other girls' rights? Do we have any rights in the locker room? I mean, I spent a majority as an athlete playing 2 different sports every year. A majority of my time in the locker room.
Can I ask a factual question
You
here?
can ask me anything about
So
the girls' locker room. Hersey, Friend, whatever high school, because I played at all of them.
Okay, I'm getting the vapors right now just thinking about it. But anyway, what my question is about this girl, Nova. Does she have, looking for the proper term for it, a legal
The
term?
naughty bits?
A wiener? Does she have a...
See, that's the thing. I
Does
don't
she
know if
have
she's
one, or doesn't
completely
she?
transitioned, and that's what bothers me, too.
Wouldn't
We
that
need
be-
to ask.
Wouldn't that be operative? I mean, because if she has a hoochie thingy thing or whatever, then a vajayjay, as Oprah would say.
Yeah, no, that's the word I
if
use all the
Oprah, If
time.
Oprah can say it, then I can say it.
And I say it, too. I always say
Yeah,
the
but women
JJ.
can say it. It's
So
cultural
basically,
appropriation
she's gone
for me to
through
say that.
the change. Is she transsexual or transgender? She's transgender, which means to me
She's not
she has
transsexual.
not
Right.
had the operation yet.
So they want to put a sheet up, like
They do have a sheet up.
Well, like
and that's not enough. So she's teamed up with the ACLU and now wasting more tax dollars and saying that Palatine High School is discriminating against her.
Right.
Maybe the girls
are.
that are in the locker room changing don't want to
Well,
see
that's their tough luck.
his
Yeah. It's not her-
junk.
well, first of all, you said his. So
Well, it's
not-
technically.
no, it isn't. She is identifying as a she.
And
Now,
I've changed my mind on this so much because
Right.
I'm trying to be open-minded, but everybody now being gay is not enough. Now you have to transition, and then we have a kid in our school who wears makeup, and everyone's like, "No, he's gay." And I said, "No, I have friends that are gay. They don't wear makeup.
Well, I wear
my
HD
gay friends don't
makeup.
wear makeup." So I'm like, "So that's not gay. That is somebody. I don't know what that is."
Now, I always wear HD
Do
makeup.
gay people always wear makeup?
Well, I always wear HD makeup because I never know when a television show is going to break out, and I might be on. But the question is, they say that maybe she could be reasoned with. I would like to talk to her and say, putting a sheet up isn't that bad. Orthodox Jews put a sheet between them when, according to myth anyway, when they have sex, they never actually see each other. So just live with the sheet. It happens.
Here's Nova's mom.
Sheets happen.
She's been fighting this battle since she was at the end of her freshman year. So for her, it's just taking us this long to get to this point.
And she's a senior in high school, and here's the ACLU attorney.
They still don't have a policy that allows its students who are transgender to use the appropriate locker rooms.
He sounds like he's transgender.
No,
is
stop
that?
it.
Wait a minute.
District 211, they've been down this road before. Remember 2 years ago, through legal action, the ACLU helped another transgender student gain access to the locker room, but the compromise made with the district only applied to that student. So now we have another student.
But wait a minute, was
But
that person
student
allowed?
had the
He had a sheet. She had a sheet.
And that was fine
Right.
with that person.
Yeah. So-
District 211 declined to an interview. However, in a statement, the superintendent said the allegations in Mayday's lawsuit misrepresent the accommodations extended to her.
Well, what are the accommodations?
She's complaining she's not in the locker room. She's in the locker room.
No,
she doesn't want the sheet.
Yeah, she doesn't want the sheet.
312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. When's it going to end? Let's go to Dave, who joins us in Racine. Good morning, Dave.
Greetings and salutations. I'm just wondering what's the difference between this guy with gender dysphoria wanting to shower with the other and, be exposed in the locker room and Harvey Weinstein demanding that an Italian model wanted to see him shower in that police sting tape. I mean, he kept insisting, but the effect is, even though there may not be the prurient interest on the part of the male, there is the same effect on the female students.
Okay, I didn't quite follow that, but it was kind of fun. Yeah.
I'm gonna let Bruce answer that one. Thanks, Dave, for the phone
First of all,
call.
I got stuck on dysphoria.
Yeah,
because,
me too.
I think
Words
is that
are
like
hard
dystopia?
sometimes. Yeah. Let's go to Ralph, who joins us from Rantoul. Good morning, Ralph.
Good morning, Amy and Bruce. Hey, you should appreciate this one, Amy. First of all, Bruce, on the lawyer's side, I think the guy's lawyer is a trans lawyer because he went to law school. Now he's pretending not to have any reason. And Amy, you should appreciate this one. Look, the irony, the joke. The guy, I'm not going to call the dude a she, all right? The guy picked Nova as a name, which is hilarious because if you stretch that out, no ova, all right? Am I the only one that's getting the joke?
That is really good. I mean, that is so... Oh, bravo. This is the sound of one hand clapping. Thanks so much, Ralph, for that. Yes, he's right. No ova.
No ova. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It should have named herself Ova.
Well, I wonder what the original name
Ova.
was.
This ball game is Ova.
Oh. Yes, the segment's over.
It's like a hot, steaming cup of information to start your day. It's Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Some snow today. I saw some on the roadways.
It's possible.
Are we going to talk like this now, Bruce?
No, this is your staff announcer right here, and I have nothing against transgenders. Today, partly sunny, brisk and cold, a high of 29. Tonight, partly cloudy and cold, a low of 16. Tomorrow, not as cold with intervals of clouds and sunshine, high of 36. Tomorrow night, a low of 27. And Saturday, a few morning flurries. Otherwise, chilly with clouds breaking, high of 33. Low Saturday night, 18. Now for a check of traffic, here's Jim Telemonte.
Thank you, Cliff. Is it still Cliff? Thank you, Bruce.
Yes,
and Amy.
it is.
Okay, I'm not sure if you were transitioning there. On the Kennedy inbound, a little heavy out of the River Road toll to Canfield now. It's 22 minutes, so O'Hare to downtown. Outbound 21, brief delay, Bryn Mawr to Sayre. The Edens is fine, aside from some snow here and there. The Eisenhower has a delay, Mannheim to Harlem. 33 minutes, 390 to downtown. Outbound still good at 29 minutes. Stevenson, inbound delays are from 83 to County Line and Harlem to Kedzie. 42 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound 35. Ryan, 20 minutes, 95th to downtown. 57 is clear. Bishop Ford heavy, 27 minutes, 80-94 to the Ryan. Northbound Tri-State slow. The Bishop Ford, the Lincoln Oasis crash on the left shoulder. The other tollways are looking good. I'm Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
As flu season approaches, you know how to protect yourself against colds and viruses, but do you know how to protect your computer network? Ransomware, viruses, hacks, and intrusions can cripple your company's computer network, stopping business in an instant. Is your network safe and protected? Can your data be restored easily? If not, you need to make an appointment with Turnkey IT today. Turnkey IT provides frontline security for your network and its data. So if there's an email attachment, open an error, or network intruder, Turnkey IT immediately knows and remedies the situation. They'll arm your network with cutting-edge antivirus, disaster recovery, and proactive monitoring even, software systems to stop virus outbreaks before they have a chance to spread. Over the phone or in person, Turnkey IT is your network safeguard against this season's worst bugs. See what a dose of Turnkey's proactive support can do for you. It's easy. Visit turnkey.pro today. That's turnkey.pro.
Tom Kaloran Photography is ready to memorialize your office holiday party with photos that come to life and bring your team together. From large group photos to individual portraits, wallet size to panoramic, your photos can even be printed on location as a take-home keepsake for your party guests. Whether it's a formal dinner or company potluck, Tom Kaloran Photography can create the right feel for your event. They did the photography for AM 560's Freedom Summit 2017, and the finished product was amazing. And here's an idea of just one more thing to make the holidays stress-free. Hire Tom Kaloran Photography for your family's annual Christmas get-together. You won't have to worry about taking pictures with everyone's phone or the hassle of getting everyone's email addresses to share photos with the family. With Tom Kaloran Photography, you'll have pictures with all the generations together in one place and can send every relative home with their own memory to hold on to forever. Call 708-361-0025 or visit KaloranPhotography.com. KILLORAN photography.com.
Despite President Trump's repeated requests, Senate Republicans failed again to repeal Obamacare. If you're tired of calling a bureaucrat at an 800 number to help you navigate Obamacare, then you need a local expert on your side. That's right, your own health insurance mentor. C. Stephen Tucker, C.S. Tucker, from healthinsurancementors.com is someone I know and trust. He's a 20-year licensed broker who's been educating AM 560 listeners on the Affordable Care Act for the past 6 years.
Thanks, Dan. ACA open enrollment is now only 45 days long. From November 1st to December 15th, you cannot be denied coverage based on a pre-existing condition. And depending on your income, you may find a more affordable plan. With narrow networks, even fewer choices, and higher deductibles, now more than ever, you need an expert to help you gain access to the best hospitals and specialists available. Call me. I can help.
Thanks, Steve. How can our listeners get in touch with you?
They can visit healthinsurancementors.com or call me directly at 630-674-1551. That's 630-674-1551.
AM 560, The Answer.
What did you just say? No, inside baseball. Oh, 'tis the season for giving, and we are halfway to reaching our goal. Our goal this year is to provide food for a year and water for life for 3,000 children. 3,000 children in Haiti and Guatemala and in the Caribbean where they were devastated by those hurricanes. Visit 560theanswer.com, search for the keyword food. You know, Bruce, my mom asked me what I wanted for Christmas. And I said, you know what, Mom? Make a donation to Food for the Poor in my honor. So she did that, took just a few minutes to do so. And I feel better because I don't need any more stuff. If one more person gives me a candle, I'm going to seriously...
Well, you don't need that or a fruitcake, but you do need stuff, and yet you have such an eleemosynary spirit.
Eleemosynary. I had that for dessert last night.
Well, okay, but you wanted to give the dessert to the kids. That's the funny thing.
Exactly. And with this great program, our Business Benefactor Program, which Bruce is going to tell you about in a second, but we want to thank some of the business benefactors who've already signed up. Bradford Systems, Hyperbaric Centers of Chicago, the Neuroscience Center, Cafe Salsa, Hayward HVAC, Latoria Brothers Construction, and Joe Cotton Ford, just to name a few.
Yeah, we have this special program for business owners or anyone involved in marketing a business. It's called the Business Benefactor Program. With this program, any business that makes a $2,500 tax-deductible donation to Food for the Poor will receive 40 60-second commercials Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. on AM 560 The Answer. For a business that wants to be involved in this program, here's how you can do so. Call sales manager Michael Mann directly at 847-871-1527. That's 847-871-1527 and ask for the Business Benefactor Program. Or visit 560theanswer.com and search for the keyword food or text the word BIZ, B-I-Z, to 64636.
And thanks in advance for your generosity.
You're listening to Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Men, as you mature, hair starts showing up in the strangest places. Is your caveman brow becoming more noticeable? Hair growing out of your ears and nose? Annoying, isn't it? Or maybe you feel like the Wolf Man. Did you know you can do something about it?
Hi, I'm Mary Ann DePaul of Mary Ann DePaul and Associates, and I'm one of the state's original laser professionals with more than 25 years experience, and I'm here to help you. Let's get you cleaned up. Think of how great you feel after a good haircut. I can help you take it a step further with a signature treatment. You're going to feel great and not have to worry about those bothersome unwanted hairs ever again. I can also help rejuvenate your skin with special treatments like microdermabrasion and MediLifts. These can help your appearance. There are no packages to buy, and I'm centrally located in downtown Mount Prospect. Get more information at maryanndepal.com and make an appointment today. Call 708-848-0024.
Mike Gallagher is hoping America comes to its senses on sanctuary cities.
A city like San Francisco protects a guy like the Kate Steinle killer so he can be out on the street to do what he did. This will spur an even greater insistence and make the wall and make the elimination of sanctuary cities even more imminent.
The Mike Gallagher Show. Weekdays at 9, right before Dennis Prager at 11 on AM 560. The Answer.
5:57. Let's get an update on the roads this morning. We do that in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center with Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. On the CTA Red Line, we've got problems at Howard. The southbound or 95th bound trains are standing there due to a mechanical issue of some kind. Southbound Tri-State, looking good right now. Northbound, we're seeing delays. From the Bishop Ford Freeway to the Lincoln Oasis, there's a crash blocking the left shoulder. Edens is fine. Kennedy inbound. Heavy out of the River Road toll to Canfield. 22 minutes, O'Hare to downtown, outbound 21. The Eisenhower's 40 minutes, 390 to downtown, outbound 30. Stevenson, 43 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 35. Ryan, 22 minutes, 95th to downtown. Bishop Ford, 27 minutes, 8094 to the merge. Traffic is a service of SoFi Personal Loans. Get up to $100,000 with a SoFi Personal Loan and start home renovations today. Find your rate in as little as 2 minutes at SoFi.com. It's SoFi.com. Terms, conditions, and state restrictions apply. CFL license number 6054612. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues after a full update from Fox News and your official Chicagoland weather forecast with meteorologist Kevin Snyder.
Breezy with partial sunshine today, high 31, partly cloudy night, low 19. Tomorrow, clouds and sun, high 37. A little snow accumulating a coating to an inch tomorrow night, otherwise cloudy with a low 27. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
21 at O'Hare and snow showers. The news, a service of Staples. Staples has great deals on ideas to bring smiles to everyone on your list. Electronic gifts like Bluetooth headphones, speakers, or streaming devices, and smart home solutions. They even have board games like Monopoly. More holiday fun, less holiday hassles at Staples. 5:59. Here are the stories we're following on AM 560. The Answer. 4 wounded following a shooting in Chicago's Uptown neighborhood overnight. One person in custody after a Chicago police officer was shot in the hand on the far south side. Chicago's former top cop seriously considering running for mayor of the city of Chicago. An investigation is underway after a Mokina man was found dead by teenagers in Will County at the Hickory Creek Forest Preserve in Frankfort Township. Last night, Loyola stunned number 5 Loyola in college hoops, 65-59. The Bulls fell to the Pacers while the Blackhawks fell behind early and never recovered in a loss to the Capitals in Washington. More Amy and Bruce after Fox, WIND, Chicago News Time 6.
Will he stay or will he go? I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Senator Franken's conduct was wrong. He has admitted to it, and he should resign from the Senate.
Senator Dick Durbin joining what's become a loud chorus of Democrats calling on Al Franken to step down as more sexual misconduct allegations surface. Fox's Rachel Sutherland live in Washington.
Dave, facing another accuser and the wrath of his colleagues, Senator Franken is set to make an announcement today. Democratic Senator Kirsten Gillibrand has been leading the charge for Franken to resign.
Enough is enough. I mean, this is a conversation we've been having for a very long time,
and it's a conversation that this country needs to have.
The largest newspaper in Franken's home state, the Minneapolis Star-Tribune, called for his resignation in an editorial saying no senator can function effectively when he has lost the confidence of so many colleagues. Dave?
Rachel, House Republicans passed a bill they say is fair to gun owners, treating their concealed carry permits like a driver's license. Other states that allow concealed carry would have to recognize the permits.
Shame on Paul Ryan for allowing a vote. Shame. For allowing a vote on this dangerous NRA gun bill.
Poe Murray at a gathering of shooting survivors and victims' families. She leads a Newtown, Connecticut activist group pushing for stricter gun laws after the Sandy Hook Elementary School massacre. Later today, President Trump will meet with congressional leaders trying to work out a new spending bill before funding runs out tomorrow. There's fear in Southern California. Hurricane-force wind gusts today could whip up wildfires that have burned down nearly 200 homes. Fox's Jonathan Hunt out near the biggest fire in Ventura County.
Firefighters battling in an extraordinary fashion to prevent the forward progress of flames towards the small city of Santa Paula. They appear to have been successful so far here, but there is a long 24 hours ahead with the Santa Ana winds due to kick up even more and fan the flames.
30,000 people under evacuation orders.
I've been here all my life, and to see this happen right now, it's crazy.
Fox News, fair and balanced.
On AM 560, The Answer. Your opinion counts. And we want to know how you feel about the news stories we're talking about each and every day. Make sure to vote in the M13 Graphics Opinion Express poll at 560theanswer.com. Listen for today's poll question at 10:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 3:30 p.m. And hear the results each evening at 5:30. It's the M13 Graphics Opinion Express poll on 560theanswer.com.
Life happens. With ADT, you can feel safe with an ADT starter kit professionally installed for only $49. Call today and install an ADT starter kit that includes security panel, keypad, key fob, entry and motion sensors, and for a limited time, get a camera included and installed at no additional cost. That's a $449 value, installed for just $49.
Requires 36-month monitoring contract, QSB, and EasyPay. Activation and early term fees may apply. Certain marks excluded. License available at ADT.com, Florida EF001121, Louisiana F1639.
I'm Jay Farner from Quicken Loans. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.875%, APR 4.05%. But choosing the right mortgage lender means choosing more than just a rate. Does calling the company with 11 J.D. Power Awards for client service matter? Does calling the company that invented Rocket Mortgage, the industry's most innovative technology, matter? If working with America's #1 online lender matters to you, call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Equal housing lender, NMLS number 3030.
If you have pain, I hope you listen up. Hi, it's Mike Gallagher. You don't need to live in pain. Let me repeat that. You do not have to live in pain. Chronic pain is the worst, whether it's from an accident or pain that just develops. Chicagoland, you're in luck. Dr. Ken Candido is one of the nation's most respected and successful pain doctors. He's been voted one of Chicago's best pain doctors several times. Bottom line, he's the pain doctor you need. Dr. Candido of Chicago Anesthesia and Pain Specialists will help you get off pain medication and all of the side effects. How? By finding the source of your chronic pain and fixing it.
This is Ken Candido of Chicago Anesthesia Pain Specialists. Let's make you pain-free.
Call Dr. Ken Candido and make an appointment with a cutting-edge, respected, and successful pain physician. Go to mypainchicago.com. That's mypainchicago.com. Thousands have been helped with their chronic pain, and you could be the next one. Get the phone number and all the info you need at mypainchicago.com. That's mypainchicago.com.
Listen to AM 560 on your mobile device. Now available on iHeartRadio. Online at iHeartRadio.com.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
There's been a coup, and I've taken over. Goodbye. All right, we're turning into Air America. I'm bringing Al Franken back. The revolution! Viva la revolution!
That voice belongs to Bruce Wolf. Hi, Bruce.
Hi.
Hi. He's in for me. I'm in for Dan for the next 2 days. It's going to be great. Dan's he's going to Florida to golf at Mar-a-Lago.
Is he going to be with Donald? And will he be called to testify before Congress and invoke attorney-client privilege? Even though he's not an attorney?
Attorney?
Yeah. I mean, he did go to law school, though.
He did go to, and you went to law school too, right? Have you ever litigated? Were you a litigator?
Oh, yeah. I tried 5 cases.
Oh, really? How did it turn out?
Won 2, lost 3. Tried a federal case, civil rights case.
Okay.
Before Judge Getson dinner. My best moment, though, was...
Let's relive the moment.
Oh, the best moment was Cook County Circuit Court, and there was a slip and fall case. You know, somebody slips and falls.
Boy.
Okay.
Happens all the time. But was it a fake fall? Were they pushed?
Here, I was representing the plaintiff, and I tell the jury, the defense wants you to think that a person should be looking down at the floor to see if it's slippery all the time, like a Snoopy dog looking down at the floor. And then I shuffled along, look like a Snoopy dog in front of the jury.
Nice.
And I won some money. $1.380.
Yeah. $1.380.
It's an old.
Oh.
It's like $13.80 or something.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I was a young attorney. I didn't get to do the big cases.
Well, this morning, all eyes are on Washington, D.C., and Senator Al Franken. You remember him from Saturday Night Live.
Anyway, as you know, in 12-step programs, of which I belong to 5, we are not supposed to drag the program into controversial issues. So I said to myself, Stuart, you should steer clear of politics. You should just zip the lip. You should talk about something else. And then I realized that I was shooting all over myself, as we say in program.
I wonder if that's cultural appropriation now, to do a lisp. You couldn't do a lisping character.
Oh, yeah, because it would be offensive to somebody.
Yeah.
Well, this is what happened yesterday.
That's the L in LGBTQT.
Yes. 7th woman came forward, then an 8th woman came forward, and then 38 Democratic senators have now formed a solidarity against...
Who are the Democrats who haven't come in?
I don't know. I mean, 38...
There's 10 that haven't.
Okay.
If it's 38, 38 plus 10 is 48.
Oh, I love when you do math. It's so sexy.
It's actually just arithmetic.
Yeah. But leading the charge is Christine Gillibrand out of New York.
You need to draw a line in the sand and say none of it is okay. None of it is acceptable.
Why does she sound like she's always out of breath? Oh, my gosh.
There were new allegations today, and enough is enough.
So here's a question. Is enough enough? Should Senator Al Franken resign? 312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. 64636. Type in DA, then a quick comment. What say you, Mr. Wolf?
There's a part of me, I guess I'm always for the underdog. And, Bob Packwood, appropriately named, of course, had a 3-year ethics committee investigation. There are some things here. I mean, the last accuser did it anonymously. It's probably
Well, let's talk about these two
It's
accusers.
probably true.
I mean, the first one was, of course,
I'm sure. Look,
Leanne Tweed, who he, famously took the picture with while she was sleeping.
You know what my name
Tune
for
in
her is?
Tokyo. What?
Sleeping booby.
Okay.
So
okay, there.
Can I get
But
fired for
anywho,
that?
but it wasn't just that. He was in a skit with her, and he wanted to practice, and
Oh,
it was a
come
kissing
on. That
scene,
was a pretext.
and she didn't like it.
I mean, look, I was afraid to speak out 11 years ago. I wanted to say something, and there were people around me who said, oh, my God, you will get annihilated, and you will never work in this town again. And I was afraid of that.
And, he offered her an apology, and she accepted it.
The apology? Sure, I accept it. Yes. I mean, people make mistakes.
And then after that, other people came forward saying he put his hand on my buttocks during the Minnesota State Fair.
Why did you
taking
do
pictures?
a Southern accent right
'Cause
now
it's
when
the
it was
buttocks.
but it was the Minnesota State Fair?
I know, sorry,
It's
I should make-
buttocks or
the buttock.
Fargo and
Earn the
things like
hand,
that.
hunden,
Yeah, but
hama,
you
hama,
did. You know
Jakobsen.
why you did a Southerner?
Because of the
Southerner-
movie Forrest Gump, and he got shot in the buttocks.
Okay, maybe.
So that's why I said buttocks.
Okay, I was thinking that you were doing it because you think that Southern women deserve to have their buttocks squeezed.
Accuser 7, a former Democratic congressional aide, said Franken tried to forcibly kiss her after a taping on his radio show back in 2006, 3 years before he became a U.S. Senator. And what she says, I don't know, I can't see him doing this, but she says she was gathering her belongings.
What do you mean you can't see
Because
him
no,
doing
listen,
this?
and she said she ducked to avoid Franken's lips. He was between me and the door, and he was coming at me to kiss me. It was very quick, and I think my brain had to work really hard to be like, wait, what is happening?
Why are you
But I
doubting
knew whatever
this story?
because she said that when she tried to walk away, he said it's my right as an entertainer.
You don't think he would say something like
he
that?
he's come out and said this woman is a liar. I don't talk like
Now,
that. That's similar to saying, don't you know who I am?
One of the things he said was, and I don't know if it was in response to this allegation may have been, he said it was categorically not true.
That's to this one.
Here's the problem. Who says categorically not true? If somebody's lying about something that I allegedly did, I just say, you're lying. I don't say categorically not true.
312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. I don't think Senator Al Franken should resign. He should not give up his Senate seat.
Why?
Because I present to you now number 8.
You don't believe any of the 8 people?
No, the Tweeden lady, that was part of the skit. That was the gig that she got herself into.
You mean when she's sleeping?
Come on.
When Sleeping Booby is, you don't
That's
touch.
just juvenile stuff.
You do not.
He wasn't
touch,
touching. He was.
He was.
Out,
no,
he was
there
not
were
touching
3
it.
fingers. It's the 3-finger
It was
rule.
this.
No, his fingers are on her breasts.
No, no,
At least,
that's
no,
not
I
what I saw. I know we're looking at the same picture. We have 2 different
ring
interpretations.
Finger on the right side and 2 of the fingers
She
on the left
has
side.
on a flak jacket.
Oh, so in other words, you're supposed to leave 6 inches for the Holy Ghost plus the flak jacket.
I'm telling you, that's Hollywood. They signed up for that.
In Hollywood, women are allowed to be abused. Is that correct, Ms. Jacobson?
The script that she had, she was supposed to kiss him in the script, and he wanted to practice the routine.
That you do that, and he stuck his tongue down her throat.
Get her out of here. I don't care. Doesn't stick with me. Number 7, okay, maybe, but number 8.
What about numbers
what's
2
wrong
through
with you?
6?
Oh, that's all the.
Can I ask you a
the
question?
hand on the butt or the waist?
Are 8 gropes equal to 2 child molestations? Or I'll reduce the fraction 4 to 1.
Well, that's where the irony lies. We're about to have an alleged child molester.
Yes. You probably don't even believe that
welcomed
story.
into the Senate. Well, they're going to kick Al Franken out. All right, number 8. Okay. Number 8. D.C. was decked out and packed. This is back in January of 2009, weeks after the senator won his first election. And this person, whose mom, I guess, was a big Al Franken fan, was at the same party with him. And she said that she doesn't like to bug celebrities for pictures, but she wanted to make her foster mom happy. So she asked to get a picture with him. He posed for the shot. He immediately put his hand on my waist, grabbing a handful of flesh. I froze. Then he squeezed at least twice.
So in other words,
he put his arm around her and he gave her a squeeze.
So the problem is she has love handles.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, she's
Are you
upset
fat shaming? Are you fat shaming?
I got a job following fat people around with a tuba. Stop it. Cut it out. I have a glandular problem.
Amy.
What?
You don't like any of these women.
This is not sexual abuse.
Yes, it is.
Because if this were a case, I would have been abused tens of thousands of times.
You have been. You're in denial.
No.
Which is a river. Yes,
if some guy put, do you know how many men have put their arms around my waist and you squeeze in for like, geez.
Okay,
that's
number
the line.
8,
sit down and shut up. God.
But what Herman Cain
She makes
did
it harder for the real victims out there. Herman Cain took a picture.
Yeah.
Did you see it yet?
No,
Did you Google
it? I couldn't find it.
Well, his hand was right here.
Under
my
your
left
breast.
boob.
Let the record show that Herman Cain's left hand was under your left breast.
Yes.
That's sexual. That's assault. Herman Cain assaulted you.
No,
if what
he
you're
didn't.
saying is true.
I don't care.
Well,
he was just, and then he squeezed me
I
to
care,
pull in for the
and
picture.
I'm going to file a class action on behalf. Did you hear that they're filing? I wonder if the story is true.
Is this an ancillary issue?
Harvey Weinstein, several women are getting together to file, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, a class action against Harvey Weinstein for growth. You don't need a class action is when
They won't see a dime. The lawyer's going to get the money on that.
They get the a seg.
I know how you people
section.
are.
Of course we are.
Bloodsuckers.
Yeah.
Ambulance chasers. 312-642-5600.
He assaulted you. Herman Cain
Oh, my
assaulted
gosh.
you.
I don't care.
It's not too late.
Let's go to Roland, who joins us from Arlington Heights. Good morning, Roland.
Good morning, Counselor. Good morning, ma'am.
Which one of us which?
Okay.
But go ahead, Roland.
Okay.
Roland.
Al Franken.
Keep them calls
okay.
rolling. Okay,
Sorry. Now, stop it, Bruce. Yes, Roland. What
Al
would you like to
Franken.
say?
Okay, Al Franken has to leave because he has violated his constitutional oath of office. And let me explain. Counselor?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay. Under the Constitution that you are probably familiar with, there is
Article 4.
a section that
go ahead.
There's a section that says that there shall be no religious test for any appointment to the government of the United States, correct?
Okay, I can't wait for the punchline on this one, Roland.
Roland, I'm
no,
sorry,
it's worth
dear.
it. No, I
All
got to
right,
hear it.
come on,
I got to
Roland.
hear it.
What do you got?
Okay, so let me set it up like Ed McMahon. Tell me the religious test we're talking about, Roland.
Okay, when he was listening to nominees to various offices of the United States, he would ask people about their Christian religion.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well,
Therefore, he should be excommunicated.
Therefore, he has violated his oath of office, and therefore he should go.
all right. Thanks,
That's an
Roland. Thank you for
interesting,
calling. I think
interesting
it's the first
point
time
that you
he's
made.
called.
Yeah.
Let's go to William in Kalamazoo.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. I feel like singing the Kalamazoo song, but I won't.
Good. Hey, Amy, I'm kind of surprised that you had put out the notion that these people went to Hollywood. They knew what they got into. You do realize that that's the same type of an excuse that a rapist used if a woman dresses
the short skirt.
provocatively. She
No.
wanted it.
Excuse me. The script. There's a big difference here. The script that she was a part of, the show that she was a part of, required an act where Al Franken would be kissing her. She knew it. She accepted the role. And then she's all offended that, well, he tried to kiss me. Because they were
stuck
practicing the
his
role.
tongue down her throat.
According to what the
what's in the
lady
script.
said, he tried to force the kiss. Not just, okay, consensual kiss, be done with it. He tried to shove his tongue down her throat. I mean, that's the same type of an analogy.
When
that
Tony
molest
Tony
women all
Curtis
the time.
kissed Marilyn Monroe in Some Like It Hot, first of all, he said that her mouth was like silly putty. Okay.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Apparently not good.
Okay.
And
I don't know.
And okay. So what I'm saying is, no, I mean, what's the matter with you, girlfriend?
I just think
you need to get some self-respect here.
I have plenty of
Yeah.
self-respect, and I know how things work. And that, a picture with him squeezing your waist in a picture, that is not sexual abuse.
Waist is
Oh my
questionable,
God.
but below
Holly.
the equator and above the equator, that's a problem.
It's a pleasure to welcome back to the program Holly from Hudson. Holly, do you agree with me? Please say yes.
Good morning, you two. Amy, I've never loved you more than just this morning. I agree 100% that squeezing in pictures, I've had it done 100 times. We all have that family friend, that man who hugs you extra tight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh, here comes the vigorous hugger.
The drunk
These are
uncle.
just things that happen all the time.
Okay, we'll throw out the eighth one, Holly, but what if he grabbed your, and I don't even want to say this to you, I'm going to turn my head when I say this, and cough. What if he grabbed your buttocks? That would not be good. Holly.
Hey, if I had $1 for every time. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, seriously. No, you're not supposed to do that. That's not
It happens
right.
all the time.
It happens because
It's
people are
not-
different
All
heights.
the time.
We have different. You're taking pictures at rapid fire pace. You put your arm around a girl.
If it's an
her
accident,
butt talks
that's-
might be different, and then when you get older, it kind of just droops down the back of your legs anyway. So it could start from
If
the top.
it's
of
an
your knee to the
accidental
top.
touching of the tush, that's an ATT as we call it.
Having said that, I do hate Al Franken. I do think he is a creep and needs to go.
I was surprised they voted him into office to begin with.
Well, that's
Yeah.
Exactly. Totally beside the point there.
All right, thanks, Holly, for your phone call.
Oh, I didn't get to ask Holly
You
what she
bet.
thought of my
What she thought
terminology,
of your-
sleeping booby.
Sleeping booby. You know what?
Okay, all right.
When he was Stuart Smalley on Saturday Night Live, he made a prophetic statement.
I don't know why I did this. I know nothing about politics. They're going to cancel the show. I'm going to die homeless and penniless. I'm 20 pounds overweight. No one will ever love me.
If you're talking about it, Dan and Amy are talking about it. It's Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. What will happen? What should happen to Senator Al Franken? But first, here's your forecast. I saw some snow on the way to work today.
Well, today, partly sunny, brisk and cold, high of 29. Tonight, partly cloudy and cold, low of 16. Tomorrow, not as cold with intervals of clouds and sunshine, high of 36. Low tomorrow night, 27. Now for a check of traffic, here's Jim Telemonte.
Thanks, Bruce and Amy. Good morning. In Elgin, we have a report of a car into a pond. Randall Road at College Green. Lincolnshire, a crash on westbound 22, half day right at the Tri-State Tollway. Eden's inbound. Stop and go Gulf to Dempster with a stall in the left lane. 23 minutes, Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 19. Kennedy, 30 minutes, O'Hare to downtown. No savings in the Express. Outbound 22 minutes to the airport. The Eisenhower, now 48 minutes, 390 to downtown. Outbound 31. Stevenson, 54 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound 35. Inbound Ryan, heavy 87th to 75th, then jammed. Pershing to 18th, stalled semi in the right center lane. 35 minutes, 95th to downtown. I-57, it's slow and snowy and slick from Kedzie to 127th. About a 5 or 6 minute delay there. Bishop 40 even heavier. Delay is started at 111th. It is 28 minutes, 80-94 to the merge. The northbound Tri-State is tied. Bishop Ford to Lincoln Oasis. Crash on the left shoulder. I'm Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
The Pajamagram Company Holiday 2017 is on right now. Guys, listen up. Because I got some big news that's going to blow
Are you harassing
away.
me?
Yeah, I hope so. Your wife or girlfriend will be so easy to shop for this Christmas. That's right, you heard me. Pajamagram is taking your holiday worries away with the world's softest flannel pajamas. Last minute runs to the mall, those days are over. This year, get her what you know she wants. Huggable, snuggable flannel sleepwear. The world's softest flannel pajamas, and I know because I'm Pajama Boy, are available exclusively at pajamagram.com. The comfortable experts at Pajamagram have reinvented flannel with a refined feel.
You don't have to read the whole thing.
That's
Bruce.
softer. I like it. Okay, I like to slowly get through it.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Yeah, I'm like a French lover, okay, with a refined feel that's softer than a bunny, cozier than cashmere, and sexier than silk. All right. Plus, you don't even have to wrap. Although I like to wrap to this next time, okay? Because every Pajamagram includes free gift packaging. And Christmas delivery is guaranteed. Go to pajamagram.com or call 1-800-GIVE-PJs. That's 1-800-GIVE-PJs. And tell them Dan and Amy sent you.
You are about to hear from Dr. Douglas Howard.
After 20 years and tens of thousands of success stories, Balance of Nature is still the only pure whole food supplement available. Balance of Nature has served more than 500 million servings of fruits and vegetables. Don't accept imitations, copies, or substitutions. Our success stories are unique to Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies. You'll know you have the real thing when you open the bottles and see, smell, and taste real produce.
It is worth every penny I pay because they really have made such a difference in my life. It is making me feel a whole lot better.
Even my doctor thought it was a good product.
Take Dr. Howard's Health Challenge and find out how to get 2 free sets of fruits and veggies. We'll even ship them to you for free. Call now for details.
Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code Chicago.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
Hi, I'm Mick O'Rourke, President and CEO of Signature Bank. We'd like to wish you happy holidays from our Signature Bank family to your family.
I'm Kevin Vestuga, co-founder of Signature Bank. There's no better place to be for the holidays than Chicago.
And this is Brian Duncan, co-founder of Signature Bank. Whether it's ice skating under the lights at Millennium Park,
or, my favorite, visiting Candy Cane Lane in Lincolnwood to see the Noonan House with the tree magically rising through the roof.
Or attending the annual tree lighting in downtown Downers Grove.
We wish you the very best this holiday season from Signature Bank, Chicago's business bank.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. To learn more about turning your business vision into reality, visit signaturebank.bank. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The other day, I had holiday gifts delivered to my house. Unfortunately, they were missing when I came home. I can't believe someone would be so brazen to walk up to my front doorstep and steal from us.
Call Alarm Detection Systems. We are an authorized Honeywell security dealer. We offer cameras to watch your house and keep your family safe. Visit adsalarm.com or call 630-844-6300. Alarm license number 127000143.
Our decorations caught on fire last year while my family was on vacation. Luckily, my neighbors called the fire department. We could have lost everything.
Breathe easier this holiday knowing your home is protected. Alarm Detection Systems offers professional home alarm monitoring 24/7, 365. ADS is an authorized Honeywell security dealer. Visit adsalarm.com or call 630-844-6300. Alarm license number 127000143.
AM 560, The Answer.
Oh, yeah. What song is this? Oh, Talk Dirty to Me. Ow. Pretty soon we can't have that song playing because it's not politically correct. Talking Dirty with Steve Bannon the other night in southern Alabama. They were in a barn, and he introduced Roy Moore and took some stabs, at Jeff Flake for that $100 check that he wrote.
You ran for commander-in-chief. Let's talk about Jeff Flake. Did he sign a check today, $100 to Jones? Right? What do you say? Put country ahead of party? Come on, brother. If you're going to write a check, right? Don't give the man $100.
I thought that was funny.
That was
if
actually
you
all
could write a
right.
check.
But, the rest of the stuff, that guy...
He's unplugged.
He'd feel so much better about himself if he lost 50 pounds. He really would. And he should just go away.
Oh,
lose
okay.
50.
Well, all right.
Drop 50, you fat tub of crap.
Wow.
Oh, he's the worst. He is the absolute worst. He's
the worst of the Republican Party.
Romney.
Yeah, that's right. He did. And that's, he ripped on him for not serving in the military, for serving his religion and going on a Mormon mission.
Going to get personal. You ran for commander-in-chief. You had 5 sons. Not one day of service in Afghanistan and Iraq. We have 7,000 dead and 52,000 casualties. And where were the Romneys during those wars? Judge Roy Moore has more honor and integrity in that pinky finger than your entire family has and his whole DNA.
Because when you come back from Vietnam, you have an absolute right to give a 14-year-old some Hershey bars and nylons and say, take off your top. What is this? What is this guy talking about? And where did Steve Bannon serve?
By bringing, he was in the Navy.
What, really? Okay.
No, he did serve. Steve Bannon did serve.
Okay, Kujos, as Michael Jordan
and that's
would say
fine.
to him.
But Meghan McCain, who's on The View now, pretty much summed up why there's so much animosity between Steve Bannon and Mitt Romney.
Steve Bannon is so threatened by Mitt Romney right now. There's a lot of rumors that Mitt Romney is going to end up running for Senate in Utah if Orrin Hatch steps down. He's the current senator, longest-serving senator in history. I think it's 8 terms, or again, recent history. Right. And what's fascinating about it is if Mitt Romney gets in, and he's indescribably popular in Utah, it will be a non-Bannon candidate that's a shoo-in in the Senate, and Steve Bannon don't like that.
This alt-right crap, Steve Bannon. Even Trump didn't want him in the White House anymore. So
right, they kicked him out to the curb. So when will he shut up and go away?
Roy Moore, look, the problem with Roy Moore is that there are 2 credible women who say that he molested them when they were underage, and he has not debunked those stories. He just hasn't.
No, he said that he doesn't know them.
Well,
it's the worst kind of denial.
He has attempted. I suggest people read the Washington Post story in which recall that, and a lot of people haven't paid attention to this, that Moore tried to destroy the credibility of Lee Korfman. Things like her address was wrong. No, the Washington Post showed that every attempt that he made was wrong. And if you're trying to debunk the witness's story, you better do a good job of it. And he didn't do it.
I just wish he would have admitted, I came back from Vietnam. Most of the girls were taken, so I went into a younger gene pool and dated girls a lot younger than me.
You're not supposed to go into their genes. That's the problem.
Oh, hey, stop it. 312-642-5600 is our Turnkey.pro answer line. Let's go to Jim, who joins us from Evanston. Good morning, Jim.
Yeah, hi, good morning, Amy. When you're sitting next to someone who's not the king of logical articulation, you are extremely smart, besides being very pretty.
Wait a minute, I'm not what?
When you're not sitting next to the king of logical articulation.
You mean I'm not a king of logical articulation?
No, you're not, sir.
Yes, I am.
Anyway.
Really?
Hey, he's giving me a compliment.
Yeah, but he's denigrating me in the process.
Just stop. Okay, you're a great comic, but that's it.
What do you mean that's it? I can use the word fungible too. Okay, Jim?
You taught Dan. You've made Dan what he is.
No,
honestly.
I helped him a little bit.
Yes, you did. You helped him along the way.
And he is articulate, but I take a back seat to nobody, and not you, Jim. But go ahead.
Anyway, Jim, hi. What would you like to say?
So anyway, I agree with you totally, Amy, on this. I think Roy Moore has completely blown the easy way of explaining all of this, exactly the way that you're explaining it. But the one thing that I really am concerned about, especially on this program, is the abuse of language and using language to infer things to be more than they are, exaggeration through language. You keep calling him a child molester. That infers that he's a pedophile.
No, that implies that he's a pedophile.
And we say alleged.
Because I can logically articulate things, Jim.
Let's ask the genius what the definition of a pedophile is.
No, I know there's a difference between a pedophile and
a child molester.
No, a pedophile is somebody who loves children but doesn't actually do the action. You don't know the difference between imply and
someone who has sexual feelings for prepubescent.
Yes, you have feelings. By the way, Jim, you don't know the difference between imply and infer.
A 14-year-old girl who perhaps lied about her age because 14-year-old girls are wont to do that is not a prepubescent.
And she wasn't prepubescent.
Child.
I mean, she obviously, if she was wearing even a bra, she's not prepubescent anymore. She's been through the change.
So he's not a child molester.
All right.
Yes,
point taken. No.
She's
point
not 18
taken.
years. She's not 18 years old, and you're not supposed to take advantage of a 14-year-old.
Excuse me. The age of acceptance in Alabama was 16 then, and it still is 16.
She was 14 at the time.
Well, she might have lied about her age.
She should have been lying about her age.
Yep.
You don't know any of the details.
Jim, we're up
wait a
against
minute.
the clock.
You're assuming facts and evidence, not in evidence, Jim. You're assuming facts, not in evidence.
Okay.
Since, of course,
I'm going to cut both of you off.
You're assuming facts, not in evidence.
No, Moore, it says he doesn't know her, so how could you say that she misrepresented her age?
3, 2, and 1. Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, how you could help out with our campaign with Food for the Poor. But first, let's go into the newsroom and get news from here at home and around the world. Here is a very civilized Mike Scott.
Amy and Bruce, we're going to start in Southern California this morning, where firefighters threaten the entire town of Ojai. Southern California firefighters are battling 80-mile-an-hour winds, trying to contain a massive blaze sweeping through Ventura County. Wildfire has destroyed 100,000 acres from the city of Santa Paula all the way to the Pacific Ocean. Homeowners in Ventura County, California, preparing to evacuate, but this Ojai man is refusing to leave.
When the embers hit, we hope we can put them out with a mop, water hose, or stomp on them or something and take care of things and not let it burn the house.
Fire crews are worried about today's weather, which again could see wind gusts of up to 80 miles an hour. Clashes being reported at this hour between Israeli security forces and Palestinian protesters in Jerusalem's Old City. The leader of the Palestinian Islamist group called Hamas is calling for action after President Trump announced the U.S. is recognizing Jerusalem as capital of the Jewish state. Reporter Ron Allen is in Jerusalem this morning.
We understand that Hamas, the militant group based in Gaza primarily, this morning has called for a third intifada, an uprising amongst the people. Unclear whether the Palestinian masses will heed that call.
Meantime, President Trump will meet with congressional leaders today as a big spending deadline draws near. UN Ambassador Nikki Haley says it's an open question whether U.S. athletes will be able to attend the Winter Olympics in South Korea. Today marks the 76th anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor.
December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
On that quiet Sunday morning, Pearl Harbor's naval base in Hawaii devastated by a surprise blitz of Japanese warplanes. When it was over, more than 2,300 Americans were dead, 1,100 wounded, 5 battleships, including the USS Arizona, sunk or severely damaged. Other stories we're following this morning: 4 wounded following major shooting in Chicago's Uptown neighborhood. 1 person is in custody after a Chicago police officer was shot in the hand on the far south side. An investigation underway after a Mokina man was found dead by teenagers in Will County in the Hickory Creek Forest Preserve. Police suspect that man committed suicide. A woman facing forgery and theft charges following allegations she stole $67,000 from a youth baseball league in McHenry. College hoops last night. Loyola stunned number 5 Florida 65-59. UIC a winner over Wisconsin Parkside. Fighting Illini winners over Austin Peay. DePaul a win over Central Connecticut. In the Valley, SIU lost at St. Louis, while Illinois State dropped a decision at BYU. Bulls could not close out the Pacers after holding a large fourth-quarter lead at 98-96. The Pacers, winners over the Bulls. Blackhawks fell behind early and never recovered in a 6-2 loss to the Capitals. The news service of Ergodyne Tenacious Work Gear. Feeling that Windy City chill? Get worker-approved and preferred Ergodyne warming gear for you and your crew. Built for professional-grade performance no matter the weather. Find it today at your nearest Chicagoland Home Depot store. A check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Dennis Prager fights to keep the good in the country.
I should lose credibility if I am wrong. Everything good is being warred on. Whatever is noble and kind and fine and elevated. It is like the darker side of humanity, represented by our fellow citizens, not liberal, but on the left.
The Dennis Prager Show. Weekdays at 11, right before Sean Hannity at 2 on AM 560. The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Papa Nicholas Coffee. Papa Nicholas, great coffee, period.
When you're ready to purchase firearms for yourself or as a gift, get to Schranks. Schranks is celebrating their 20 days of Christmas sale. Every day through Christmas, check out a different deal. Not sure what to buy? Schranks expert staff can help. Schranks has the largest selection of new, used, and consignment firearms in Lake County. And if you have firearms you no longer want, Schranks Smoke and Gun may be interested in purchasing your used firearms in December. As always, you'll avoid Cook County firearm and ammo tax with just a short drive north. Schranks can take care of you with expert gunsmithing, and of course, cigar lovers stock up for the holidays from Schranks Humidors. Visit SmokeTheLetterN.gun.org or call 847-662-4034. You don't want to miss the 20 days of Christmas sale at Schranks Smoke and Gun in Waukegan, your family-owned gun store since 1964. SmokeTheLetterN.gun.org.
It is 6:37 and a check of the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center with Jim.
Thanks, Mike. And Elgin, southbound Randall Road at College Green. The right lane is blocked after a car went into the pond there. We're told the driver was able to get out. We're told he or she is being treated for hypothermia. Eden's inbound heavy. Skokie Road to Dempster with a stall in the left lane. There's a tow truck there, but it's 30 minutes Lake Cook to Montrose. Outbound 20. Kennedy, 38 minutes, O'Hare to downtown. Outbound 27. Eisenhower, 56 minutes, 390 to the circle. 43 from Manheim. Outbound 35 to 390. Stevenson, an hour and 5 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Got a crash at First Avenue in the left lane. Outbound 37 minutes. The Ryan, 42 minutes, 95th to downtown. There's a stall at 18th that just cleared. I-57, 20 minutes, I-80 to the merge. It's slick. Bishop Ford, 35 minutes from 80-94. The outbound ramp to westbound 130th is closed with a crash. Northbound Tri-State delays from the Bishop Ford to the Lincoln Oasis and from the Reagan Tollway to North Avenue. Westbound 80-94 heavy from the state line to the Bishop Ford. Traffic service of Indeed.com. Are you hiring? Join the over 3 million businesses that use Indeed.com for hiring. You can post a job in minutes and manage your candidates from an easy-to-use dashboard. Post your next job on the world's #1 job site, Indeed.com. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte. AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. Partly sunny, brisk and cold, high 29. Partly cloudy and cold, 16 overnight. For the most part, the lake effect snow showers have ended. There may be a few stray showers across the area yet, but at 21 at O'Hare and 23 along Chicago's lakefront. Chilly start to your morning. Next news at 7. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Power Trading Radio. Sunday afternoons at 2. Brought to you each week by Online Trading Academy.
No Victocrats allowed. Why? Because we've got a country to save. Join me, Larry Elder, tonight starting at 7 on AM 560, The Answer.
Good morning and welcome back to AM 560, The Answer. Amy Jacobson here. Bruce Wolf in today and tomorrow for Dan Proft, who's taken a few days off to play golf, I think, in Mar-a-Lago. He told me he was going to Florida, but I said where, and I threw out Mar-a-Lago a few
With
times.
Donald Trump, and how many strokes aside is he going to give to Donald Trump, who claims to shoot like 70, which is probably about 20 strokes off.
Did you ever read the Sports Illustrated article about Donald Trump's, or President Trump's golf game? He does the old kicks the ball an inch here, an inch there, and always has a few mulligans, and has a breakfast ball. So if he messes up on the first tee, he takes another one.
I can't complain too much because I took a breakfast ball in the penultimate shot, which you're supposed to take it on your tee shot. I took it on my 78th shot.
So you cheat? That says a lot about your character if you cheat in golf.
I told everybody I was
it's
doing it.
It's a game of honesty.
I was honest about the cheating.
Oh, really?
Yes.
But what did your scorecard say, Mr. Wolf?
Look, I said I did it. I sculled a chip, and I took it over again. Okay, fine. Sue me.
And real quick, how did Tiger Woods do in that last tournament?
He did fairly well.
Because he played golf with President Trump. And,
no, but he was in the Hero Challenge over the weekend, and he was leading for a short time. But, he petered out, but he was hitting his drives longer than some of the young kids. Tiger Woods is going to be 42 years old.
Wow.
42.
That's old.
Yeah. I call myself Tiger Wolf, of course,
Yeah, because you're, 85?
Well, I shoot an 85 usually.
Oh, that's right. All right. Well, we want to switch gears here and welcome into our studios. It's quite an honor. Todd Chapman is here.
The honor is mine.
No, he's with Food for the Poor, and we interviewed you the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've gotten to know you a lot better because we spent time together in Haiti.
That was amazing.
It was.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, and our goal this year is to provide food for a year and water for life for 3,000 children in Haiti and in Guatemala, but also we want to start off with the islands in the Caribbean because they've been ravaged by hurricanes. And is Food for the Poor on the ground there helping those in need?
Yeah, we're actively involved there. Also in Puerto Rico, the Hurricane Maria in particular just wrought such damage to Puerto Rico, and then Irma before that hit a lot of those tiny Caribbean islands. And so, we've been sending food, hurricane supplies. Big push right now for us, honestly, is to get generators into Puerto Rico because the electrical situation is still terrible. I mean,
they still don't have power.
Almost 3 months later, and almost 2 million people still no power. And no resolution coming, and it's really sad. But we've got amazing partnerships there. We're working with three. We're a faith-based organization, so we mobilized partnerships in Puerto Rico with 300 churches, and we've shipped over $15 million worth of supplies down there. And unlike a lot of the other bottleneck situations we're hearing about, the reason we set it up with the churches was because they provided the manpower and the trucks to make sure when we sent containers in there, we could actually get the stuff from the port out to the people. And so, we're making a big difference in that part of the world.
So part of your donations, if you go to 560theanswer.com, search, or just go to 560theanswer.com/food, part of your donation will go to help people in Puerto Rico and in the Caribbean islands.
Yeah, so our foundational programs at Food for the Poor are food and water. We work in 17 countries, and we feed hundreds of thousands of people every week. And so, that's kind of the tip of the spear for us. Now, we do a lot more. We build homes, we build schools, we do self-sustainability projects, a lot of medical things like that. But, really, when people are dying because they don't have food and water, that's the foundation of everything that we build on. And so that's what we're asking you to give to today, and that will in turn, and we are shipping food and water into Puerto Rico in the wake of the hurricane. Did you see the FEMA article on 60 Minutes about a month ago? They said they're still, this is a month ago, distributing 1 million meals a day and 1 million liters of water, and that's not even scratching the surface of the need. It's the worst disaster that FEMA has ever dealt with in Puerto Rico in the wake of Maria.
And I just think it's so funny because some of our friends are supposed to go to Puerto Rico for the holiday.
Yeah.
We have 2 weeks off, and they're complaining about it. Like, oh my gosh, we have family members. My ex-husband's Puerto Rican, and his brother lives there. And he got his power back last week. Why? Because he lives next to a hospital. And you're complaining because your vacation's ruined?
Right.
Go to another island. Go to Cancun. I'm sure there's only 7 hotels that are up and running in Puerto Rico, and those are filled with FEMA employees and government officials and people from the electric company, which is, we don't even know who's in charge there right now. So, let's put things in perspective, people.
I feel guilty because for my 40th birthday, which was many, many decades ago, my wife took me to Puerto Rico, and I wanted to play golf, and there was some casual water on one of the holes.
Oh,
and I was
no.
really upset about that. So, first world problems when you go to other places. So, and it's good because what you do, it seems like it gets directly to the people as opposed to going through Papa Doc or whoever is in charge.
Yeah, we've been working in Haiti for over 30 years. Food for the Poor is 35 years old and always has worked in the Caribbean and Latin America. But, yeah, the politics can be difficult, especially in Haiti. And actually, we nipped that in the bud decades ago because, that is one of the indictments against Haiti is there's always someone who's on the take who's trying to get a piece of the action. And I actually asked our executive director about this. I'm like, how did we get around that? And he said from the very first time it happened, we basically said, No, we will never do that. And if you ever ask us again, we will pull all of our help out of Haiti. And Food for the Poor is the largest charity at work in Haiti today. So, over 30 years, we've made a pretty significant difference in the caliber of life in Haiti. Now, it's still bad, but, we're trying to make a difference. And so that kind of nipped it in the bud.
Good.
And now we've got great favor with the government. As a matter of fact, the president of Haiti sat down with our executive director in Haiti a few months ago in the wake of Hurricane Matthew. It was actually about a year ago in the wake of Hurricane Matthew. And he got together all these nonprofit organizations that work in Haiti, and he said, okay, here's the needs. We need houses. Who can do that? And our executive director raised his hand. He said, we can do that. We already are. He briefed him. He said, what about agriculture? We lost all these, banana trees and old growth trees. And, our executive director raised his hand. This went on for quite a while. He said, I get back to my office like a half hour later. The president of Haiti's on the phone, and he said, look, thank you for coming to the meeting. It became very apparent to me that there are two, they call them NGOs, non-governmental organizations, that work in Haiti, Food for the Poor and everyone else.
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
And I say that not to pat ourselves on the back, but just to, say thank you to people that have supported Food for the Poor across the years, because without your generous donations, we can't help these people.
Oh, I think tens of thousands of people would be dead, because not only do you provide food on a daily basis, people line up, about 800 people line up to get food and water. They give, bring buckets. And if you watch the video on 560theanswer.com/food, you could see the video. They come with buckets and they fill it up with rice and beans and give them, some water. And they also provide medical service and vaccinations for children.
Yeah.
So I really think if Food for the Poor was not, you are the government in Haiti. You are the ones taking care of the poor people, of the people that are in dire need, because unemployment rate is about 75% at least.
Crazy.
Somebody else told me it was 90%, but either way, the unemployment rate is so high that people are desperate for
now,
food.
is it true you also provide soccer balls?
Well, Amy provided soccer balls.
Amy did in that video.
And by the way, she
Okay.
plays a mean game of soccer. She
sure?
plays
Oh,
a
yeah.
mean game of football. We had a great
Football?
time at an orphanage playing with those kids.
Yeah, one of the orphanages
Man,
we
it
went
was
to.
awesome.
Okay.
I called him T because I couldn't understand his name, and he didn't. Honestly, I was doing like the hook pattern on my chest, showing him which
Just
way to
drawing
drive,
plays.
and he did it. But he did it. I said, cut down and then go fake right, fake left, and I was speaking a different language, but he understood the play.
Right.
And he was doing it, and he caught almost like 90% of the passes.
Yeah.
And it was about 120 degrees out, but who cares?
Yeah.
It was a half hour of just sheer fun. And then I left the football with him, and he was so happy.
Yeah.
And just kids like that, they're so appreciative. It's like, they say you should take care of the people that God puts in front of you. And I felt like God put all those wonderful children in front of us because we need to take care of them.
Yeah.
And to do that, please go to 560theanswer.com/food. Make a donation. We're asking for a one-time donation of $50, Water for Life, food for a year, but you can also become a business benefactor.
Yes, we have a special program for business owners or anyone involved in marketing a business. It's called the Business Benefactor Program. With this program, any business that makes a $2,500 tax-deductible donation to Food for the Poor will receive 40 60-second commercials Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. on AM 560 The Answer. For a business that wants to be involved in this program, here's how you can do so. Call sales manager Michael Mann directly at 847-871-1527. That's 847-871-1527, and ask for the Business Benefactor Program. Visit 560theanswer.com and search for the keyword food, or text the word biz, B-I-Z, to 64636.
And a lot of our business benefactors are, signing up rapidly, so do it sooner rather than later. Joe Cotton Ford, KP Toffee, Ganaldi Insurance, TTI Medical Training, LarryFriendsBooks.com, Cafe Salsa and Countryside. Have you ever been there, Bruce?
I'm going to be now.
Yeah, the
Yes.
Neuroscience Center. The list goes on, and really it's the best deal in Chicagoland. If you're thinking about taking your business to the next level, you want to reach a different audience, this is what you want to do. You want to become a business benefactor. Call Michael Mann right now, 847-871-1527. And Todd, we'll have you back next hour.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Listen to Dan and Amy on your smartphone. Download the AM 560 mobile app today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
I'm Keith Peters in for Lou Dobbs. Over a quarter of Senate Democrats call on Al Franken to resign. More legal woes for Uber, and Maine Toys R Us store visited by Secret Santa. Those stories next.
Are you being intimidated by the IRS? Rapid Resolution Tax Group is a team of tax attorneys, enrolled agents, and tax professionals who've helped thousands of people with problems just like yours, and they promise not to let the IRS intimidate you. If you are an individual or business who owes at least $10,000 to the IRS, you can turn to them for help. Has your bank account been levied? Do you have years of unfiled tax returns? Let Rapid Resolution Tax Group intervene for you. They're accredited with and A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they guarantee same-day contact with the IRS. If you qualify, Rapid Resolution Tax Group can work towards settling your tax debt for less, removing penalties and fees, and stopping levies and garnishments. Call the professionals at Rapid Resolution Tax Group at 800-601-2929. That's 800-601-2929.
More than a quarter of Democrats in the U.S. Senate are now calling on Minnesota's Al Franken to resign in the wake of new allegations of sexual misconduct against him. DNC Chair Tom Perez is also asking Franken to step down. Economic reports ahead today include new jobless claims as well as an overview of where cutbacks and layoffs may be occurring nationally. Cyber breaches of Uber customers' information is now the subject of investigations by attorneys general in 5 states. A Toys R Us store in Portland, Maine says an anonymous couple walked into their location and paid off $10,000 in layaway orders for other families. The store manager says the Secret Santa couple's generosity was enough to cover about 100 families' layaway accounts. Please join us for Lou Dobbs tonight at 7 and 11 Eastern on the Fox Business Network. I'm Keith Peters for the Lou Dobbs Financial Report.
Point Blank Range and Gun Shop provides a clean and safe indoor shooting range and retail store. At Point Blank, associates focus on customer needs, whether they're an expert or new to shooting. That's why people are talking about Point Blank.
I can tell you, I was impressed as soon as I walked through the door. The employees were really helpful, very patient, and knowledgeable, too.
Point Blank Range and Gun Shop. Experience the difference this holiday season. ShootPointBlank.com for more information. Check out the Glock event this weekend at Point Blank Range and Gun Shop. All the latest Glock firearms will be featured and on sale this Friday through Sunday and only at Point Blank. Point Blank Range and Gun Shop offers a state-of-the-art indoor shooting range, an extensive inventory of firearms and ammo, and a supportive, knowledgeable team. The Glock event is this weekend at Point Blank Range and Gun Shop. Check out ShootPointBlank.com for all the Glock info. Some restrictions may apply.
Looking for that magical holiday gift and not sure where to go? Well, I've got the perfect place. Give a gift from Roland's Jewelers and create that magical holiday moment. Buying jewelry is about trust, and Roland's Jewelers in downtown Libertyville is a place you can trust. Roland's is excited to offer AM 560 listeners special savings up to $500 on designer brands like Mikimoto, John Hardy, and Roberto Coin. Save on luxury watches like Tag and Heuer, and Michelle and Shinola. If you're thinking about getting engaged, Roland says beautiful designer engagement rings. They are a direct diamond importer, so you benefit from wholesale prices on perfectly cut loose diamonds. Visit Roland's Jewelers in downtown Libertyville, and as an AM 560 listener, save up to $500 this holiday season. Visit RolandsJewelers.com or call 847-918-7300. Trust Roland's for all your magical gift giving this holiday. Roland's Jewelers, a family-owned jeweler you can trust.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I do feel better, and my MS, I used to be right-handed, and now all my fine motor skills are gone. I can't write, and I cannot use knives. I can't, cut and cook. So then I got my husband's Balance of Nature books out, and I'm like, oh, my God, all the food that I'm supposed to be eating is stuff that's in these pills. So it's easier for me to take a pill because I can't chop up some things, and I can't, I just can't do that for myself. That's why I started doing this too, and I do have more energy that's working and helping me.
What are you waiting for? Good health is only a phone call away. Don't miss your opportunity to get a free month's supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code CHICAGO.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
I'm Jerry Kerrigan, one of the owners of F.J. Kerrigan Plumbing Company, a third-generation family-run business. Our trusted longtime accountant referred us to Signature Bank, and we've never been happier. On one of our first meetings, Signature Bank CEO Mick O'Rourke said, "You worry about running the business, and we'll take care of everything else." Since that initial meeting, Signature Bank has lived up to every promise they've made. The decision-making is local, the staff is consistent, and the service is outstanding. F.J. Kerrigan Plumbing understands the value of long-term customer relationships, and we plan to be a customer of Signature Bank for a long time to come.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. To learn more about turning your business vision into reality, visit signaturebank.bank. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Tom Kaloran Photography is ready to memorialize your office holiday party with photos that come to life and bring your team together. From large group photos to individual portraits, wallet size to panoramic, your photos can even be printed on location as a take-home keepsake for your party guests. Whether it's a formal dinner or company potluck, Tom Kaloran Photography can create the right feel for your event. They did the photography for AM 560's Freedom Summit 2017, and the finished product was amazing. And here's an idea of just one more thing to make the holidays stress-free. Hire Tom Kaloran Photography for your family's annual Christmas get-together. You won't have to worry about taking pictures with everyone's phone or the hassle of getting everyone's email addresses to share photos with the family. With Tom Kaloran Photography, you'll have pictures with all the generations together in one place and can send every relative home with their own memory to hold on to forever. Call 708-361-0025 or visit KaloranPhotography.com. KILLORAN photography.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
So, you know, Bruce, I'm a fairly new dog owner. I'm still a cat lady. Don't get me wrong. I still love my kitties, and I have 2 feral cats living in my garage. But it's rough every morning when I have to leave because I walk into the garage thinking they're going to pounce on me, they're going to tear my eyes out. Yeah. I'm not kidding you. One sounds exactly like that. They're feral cats. But they're doing well because all they're doing is killing rats, and that's what they're supposed to do. And I feed them. I take care of them. I have a hot box for them. I have a heating pad set up for them, so they're warm in times like this. But I'm starting to become a dog lover. You know my dog Bunky?
Your dog Bunky. No, I was not familiar with Bunky.
You don't know Bunky?
I'm sorry.
Do you have a dog? Do you have a cat?
We have 2 dogs. We have a Newfoundland that's gigantic and a Chihuahua named Miley after Miley Cyrus.
Are you serious?
I'm not kidding.
All right. Well, there's a dog named Isabella who's a Malamute.
Malamute.
Malamute. That's kind of like Alaskan Husky. Lives on Chicago's north side. Now, she usually walks about 1.5 miles to daycare with her owner. But on Tuesday morning, she escaped the harness. And the owner did not know what to do because obviously the tag is on the collar. The collar is off of the dog.
Sure.
There's a lot of traffic. I mean, it's morning rush hour. So 15 minutes later, and I'm sure every minute of those 15 minutes felt like a year.
Well, to a dog, it feels like 7 years.
Well, to a dog owner, it's hell not knowing where your pet is. Well, guess where the pet showed up? The pet walked itself to the Canine Social Club. That's where the doggy daycare is. And thankfully, somebody was walking with their pet, and this dog, walked in with them through the door like, hey, let me ride in on your coattails.
It's kind of neat that
and
the dog
they
knew the way.
I know, but guess what roads they crossed? Are you ready? She crossed Peterson, Devon, and West Bryn Mawr Avenues to get there without a scratch.
Well, but you don't understand. She had Siri tell her this on her iPhone. Yeah, right. The voice is a dog voice talking to her. It's Astro telling her what to do.
I think that's a resounding endorsement for Canine Social Club that the dog leaves because he wants to get to the doggy daycare faster. Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, should it happen here? Drug testing for food stamp users in Wisconsin. But first, let's go into the newsroom and say good morning once again to Mike Scott.
Amy and Bruce here. The stories we're following right now. Ex-top cop Gary McCarthy may want Mayor Emanuel's job. 4 wounded in an uptown shooting. CPS Inspector General is urging the firing of Forrest Claypool. We'll tell you why. A woman charged with stealing from a McHenry baseball league. Bulls blow a big lead and drop their 10th straight to the Pacers. Blackhawks waxed in Washington. WIND Chicago News Time is 7 o'clock.
Palestinians are angry. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's tear gas being fired into a crowd of hundreds of protesters in the West Bank who were throwing rocks and burning American flags and posters of President Trump the day after he announced the U.S. would recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson just said,
"The reality is Israel's government, its courts, its prime minister's office is all in Jerusalem today. So it is just an acknowledgement of what is reality on the ground."
But many other countries, including France, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey, oppose the U.S. decision. What will Senator Al Franken do? We'll hear from the Democrat this morning as a chorus of his colleagues call on him to resign over 8 accusations of sexual misconduct. Fox's Rachel Sutherland live in Washington.
Dave, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand among a growing number of Democrats calling on Senator Franken to step down amid those reports of new allegations of inappropriate conduct.
This is a problem in Hollywood, in the military, in politics, and right here on Capitol Hill.
Republicans like Senator Lindsey Graham are treading cautiously.
Probably a change would be welcome, but I'll leave that up to Senator Franken.
Franken is set to make an announcement possibly on the Senate floor. Dave.
Rachel, hurricane force winds could fan the flames of those Southern California wildfires.
I just wanted to get out of the house, so we just left, basically, with just the clothes on our back.
Tens of thousands have evacuated.
We have several friends who lost their houses.
Nearly 200 have burned down. This man's home among them, and he's been through it before.
You got to be positive. What else are you going to do, right? The first time I was disappointed, but you rebuild, it's just stuff. I mean, everybody in my family's healthy, and we can buy new stuff.
The biggest of the fires is in Ventura County. The parents of an accused serial killer in Tampa go before a judge today, could be held in contempt of court after refusing to answer investigators' questions about their son. Howell Davidson III is accused in 4 random shootings that terrorized the Tampa neighborhood the past 2 months. Fox News, fair and balanced.
24 degrees. Skies are mostly cloudy in Chicago. Winds from the west-northwest at 13. That gives us a wind chill this morning at 7 above. 7:02 on AM 560, The Answer, and 4 are wounded following a shooting in Chicago's uptown neighborhood. Police say the victims were shot last night, standing near Wilson and Broadway. 1 hospitalized in critical condition. No arrest made. 1 person is in custody after a Chicago police officer was shot in the hand on the far south side. Authorities say it happened last night while the suspect was being chased near East 95th and South Calumet Avenue. The officer himself is hospitalized in good condition. Chicago's former top cop seriously considering running for mayor of the city. Sun-Times reporting Gary McCarthy wants Mayor Emanuel's job and has recent polling showing he should get in. The Inspector General for the Chicago Public Schools is urging the Board of Education to fire schools chief Forrest Claypool. Nicholas Schuler believes the CEO should be terminated for his handling of an ethics investigation. A Cook County judge is delaying a decision on whether to force a journalist to testify in the Laquan McDonald murder case. Jamie Calvin was the first reporter to detail McDonald's shooting by Officer Jason Van Dyke in 2014. In court yesterday, defense attorney Daniel Herbert claimed Calvin received leaked information that contained legally protected statements.
There is a public interest in maintaining the integrity of criminal investigations. As you will see, and as we've shown in the brief, there clearly was a leak. There clearly was a breach.
Herbert telling witnesses on the stand, and Calvin later reiterating that he has worked as a journalist his entire adult life. A woman facing forgery and theft charges following allegations that she stole money from a youth baseball league in McHenry. Police say Kelly Ferentz took more than $66,000. She was arrested last weekend and currently held at the McHenry County Jail. Federal prosecutors have charged 19 suspects in an alleged drug ring centered in Milwaukee. U.S. attorneys there say they arrested all of the suspects Wednesday. The defendants live in Milwaukee, here in Chicago, and in Burlington, Iowa. Andre Jackson, 23, as Loyola Chicago extends their incredible start to their basketball season. They're 9-1. They just stunned number 5 Florida last night, 65-59. Bulls had a fourth quarter lead but could not hang on and lost to the Pacers at Indiana, 98-96. Blackhawks fell behind early and then never recovered in a 6-2 loss to the Capitals. The news service of Napa Auto Parts. Right now, at participating Napa Auto Parts stores, you can get a 26-piece screwdriver set for only $19.99. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how. While supplies last, offer expires 12/31/17. 7:05, and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
On AM 560, The Answer. Your opinion counts. And we want to know how you feel about the news stories we're talking about each and every day. Make sure to vote in the M13 Graphics Opinion Express poll at 560theanswer.com. Listen for today's poll question at 10:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 3:30 p.m. and hear the results each evening at 5:30. It's the M13 Graphics Opinion Express poll on 560theanswer.com.
Life happens. With ADT, you can feel safe with an ADT starter kit professionally installed for only $49. Call today and install an ADT starter kit that includes security panel, keypad, key fob, entry and motion sensors, and for a limited time, get a camera included and installed at no additional cost. That's a $449 value installed for just $49.
Requires 36-month monitoring contract, QSB, and EasyPay. Activation and early term fees may apply. Certain marks excluded. License available at ADT.com, Florida EF001121, Louisiana F1639.
I'm Jay Farner from Quicken Loans. Choosing the right mortgage lender involves much more than just a rate. Quicken Loans has earned 11 J.D. Power Awards for client satisfaction. And we invented Rocket Mortgage, a simpler, hassle-free way to get a mortgage completely online. No one else has anything like it. So choose Quicken Loans, America's #1 online lender. Call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com. That's 800-QUICKEN.
Equal housing lender, NMLS number 3030.
7:06 and a check of the roads. We do that in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center, and here is Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. It's a real mess on the inbound Eisenhower. There's a crash at Sacramento blocking the left lane. We see heavy delays from St. Charles to the Tri-State, then Manheim to Sacramento. It's an hour and 33 minutes, 390 to downtown. An hour 17 from Manheim. Outbound 40 minutes to 390. Eden's 32 minutes, Lake Cook to the junction, outbound 22. Kennedy, 49 minutes, O'Hare to downtown after a crash near California. 24 minutes from Montrose, 21 on the Express. Outbound 34 to the airport. Northbound I-55 is jammed. River Road to Arsenal with a crash in the left lane. And the Stevenson runs an hour. 3:55 to Lakeshore Drive and 46 minutes from the Tri-State. Outbound 38 minutes to 3:55. Ryan, 42 minutes, 95th to downtown after a semi stalled near 18th. I-57, 22 minutes, I-80 to the merge, Bishop Ford, 35. Northbound Tri-State heavy from the Bishop Ford, actually from before that on westbound 80-94 from the state line to the Lincoln Oasis. Then from the Stevenson to the Hinsdale Oasis, and from the Reagan Tollway to North Avenue, Veterans Memorial tight, 63rd, much of the way to St. Charles. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next, your official Chicagoland weather forecast with meteorologist Kevin Snyder.
Today, partly sunny, breezy, and chilly, high 31. Tonight, partly cloudy and cold, low 19. Tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sunshine, high 37. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
21 at O'Hare, next news 7:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next with Bruce Wolf in for Dan this morning on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by 10 Pin Bowling Lounge. Let their expert team plan a smashing holiday party for your office. Go to 10pinchicago.com.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
Oh, it's a hot button issue. Should food stamp recipients be drug tested in order to get the food stamps? 312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. 64636. Type in DA, then a quick comment. Oh, sorry. I should introduce you, Bruce. Bruce, by the way, is here for Dan Proft.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. Are we going to talk like this? Do you want to? Going on up north. So Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker He plans to make Wisconsin the very first state to drug test able-bodied adults applying for food stamps. Now, this is a move blocked by federal government or found to be unconstitutional when other states have tried. Florida tried back in 2014, and 11 other governors now want to and are asking the federal government for permission to drug test food stamp recipients. Good idea, bad idea? 312-642-5600. If it happens in Wisconsin, eventually it could happen here in Illinois.
For you Constitution fans, apparently it has been found to be an unreasonable search, a violation of the Fourth Amendment by forcing you to undergo this. You know, I read the story, and at first blush, I'm in favor. I love Scott Walker. I kind of wish he had become president of the United States. Loved what he did and has done in Wisconsin. And at first blush, it seems like, this is a good idea. I mean, food stamp recipients should, be drug-free. But the more I read it, and I'm willing to be persuaded otherwise, the Walker administration says that only a small fraction of the program's applicants, like 0.3%,
well, that's what they're predicting, that they would actually test
220
positive for
people. Only 220 people would test positive for drugs.
Well, how do they really know?
Well, but I mean that's the administration saying it. Usually they would come up with a high-end number, so it's not that much.
But the meaning behind it, I mean, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but he wants the drug testing as a way to put more drug-free workers into the workplace.
Okay, but the people who are against it, and I know this
I'm
is some lefty
100% against it.
This is some lefty guy. I understand it, but he says the state could do far more to expand the workforce by investing in broader access to effective drug treatment programs rather than spending scarce state resources on the administration of drug screening and testing requirements.
So under the plan, childless food share participants and they call it in Wisconsin, it's called food share, but it's SNAP here, who fail a drug test would be eligible for state-funded rehabilitation treatment if they don't have any other way to pay for it.
Right.
So you get caught doing drugs, you don't get the food stamps, but you have to go into a drug treatment program. Isn't that a little bit big government there? I mean, then that's a violation of your personal space. And I know. I don't like the idea.
Well, this is why we have federalism and why, states should be free to create their own programs. So let Wisconsin try this and see if it works. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't.
The budget also required drug test requirements for food stamp recipients would be expanded to parents of children ages 6 to 18. So at first, if you don't have a child, you could be drug tested, but then they want to also implement it. So if you have children between the ages of 6 to 18, you can be drug tested as well. I think this sounds heartless. I think this is why some people don't like Republicans, because they think that, we're leaving humanity out of certain rules and laws and things that they want to make into laws. But the whole fact that, that's your personal business.
Well, here's
why is it the government's business to know whether or not you're on drugs? What are they going to check for alcohol abuse next?
If you're on food stamps, maybe you should be on drugs or some kind of medication for
to self-medicate.
Yeah.
312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. Let's go to David, who joins us in McCook. Good morning, David.
Good morning, guys. Love you guys. Listen to you all the time.
Thank you.
But I'm in disagreement with you on this one, Amy. Drug or welfare recipients should absolutely be drug tested. I have to go to work every day. I'm a truck driver. I get drug tested. A lot of people get drug tested. Why should you get to lay around all day and collect welfare and do drugs?
But don't you think it's a violation of their space, of their personal rights, or
you give
unreasonable
up your right.
search?
But you give up your right when you are accepting a benefit from the government. In exchange for the benefit from the government, you should be tested.
You're on the government.
I think it'll lead to
government aid. I mean, you should be drug tested. If you go to work, you have to be drug tested.
Well, in your job, you do. I mean, I'm not drug tested here, but I'm sure if I operated machinery, I'd be drug tested.
A lot of jobs, you get drug tested.
Yep. All right. Thanks, David, for your phone call. Appreciate it. Stay safe out there. Let's go to Randy, who joins us from the beautiful town of Alcorn, Wisconsin. Good morning, Randy.
Well, thank you, Amy. I think it's inhumane that he could do that, because whenever I smoke dope, I get the munchies. And I'm going to need those food stamps.
Absolutely, it is. So, in other words, it's unconstitutional because of the the Eighth Amendment, cruel and unusual punishment. Thank you,
yes.
Randy.
All right, thank you.
Yes. No, go ahead and eat something, Randy. I know you're hungry right now.
I miss the Jack in the Box terribly.
I get it. Try the Brat Stop. Is that Elkhorn close to the Brat Stop?
Another person joining us from Wisconsin. Hi, let's welcome to the program Matt. Hi, Matt.
Hey, good morning. I say, why stop at drug testing? Why don't we have them, when they apply for food stamps, have a home visit and make sure they actually have a working stove, microwave, and refrigerator, and make sure they don't have 70-inch TVs and Xbox 4s, 5s, or
Welfare Queens. Yeah, Matt. Yeah, let's go with this. You know that I once...
There we go.
Amy,
Thanks, Matt.
you can tell me not to tell this story, but I'll just give you a tease on it.
Yeah, what?
Do you know that I was once the foreman or foreperson on a federal jury, which was
I've
involved
heard
with...
this story 11 times, but I'd like to hear it a 12th time. But what was the case about?
It was link card fraud, which is
really?
that was what it was about. And the link card, of course, was basically the credit card for getting food stamps.
Yeah, no, I know.
In Illinois.
I've filled out 2 applications for a link card.
Okay, so
because they sent it to me because my kids are
And that's
Hispanic and they think everybody who's Hispanic is poor.
Yeah, that's the scam is that these little grocery stores on the west side of Chicago were basically running currency exchanges. You bring in your link card, you buy a couple of bags of potato chips, give them $100. They would give them the link card. They would give you like $70 back, but they take $30 for themselves, and this is a scam. So I was the foreman, and I got to tell you, the defense attorney twice in closing argument, appealed to Chet Chit Chat in a federal courtroom, was trying to pander to me, and I got to say that his client was guilty on 27 counts. I was like Henry Fonda in 12 Angry Men.
Such greatness in front of me. I don't know where to.
They wanted to convict
touch myself first.
They wanted. I'm getting the vapors again.
All right, let's go back to the phone lines.
Right.
Chris joins us.
No
from
biggie that I'm the federal jury foreperson.
Chris joins us from Kansasville, Wisconsin. Good morning, Chris.
Okay, I actually have 2 reasons I love this. First, I have a Class A CDL, which means I have to be drug tested just to keep my driver's license. Second, I know people that pay their horse board with their food stamps. So if they can afford a horse, they shouldn't be on food stamps.
So should your horse be drug tested as well? For Lasix or whatever?
Right, the race horses are.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Racehorses. Okay.
But I mean, if the racehorse
so what are
is
you saying, that they're
benefiting from
using
the
their
stamps.
food stamps to feed their horse?
Yeah, right.
They're paying their board for their horse with their food stamps. They give it to the person that's keeping the horse.
Well, that's reasonable. I mean, everybody's entitled to a horse
Ends
and
up as
40
glue
acres.
anyway.
40 acres and a plow.
All right, thanks, Chris, for the phone call.
Well, you're
Uh-oh. Should we do
cruel,
it?
Chris. Yeah, let's go.
All
Let's
right,
go to
Sean in Elmwood Park. Hello,
Hey, Sean. Why don't you sit here? You think you could sit here?
First off,
I want to know if you think that you could sit in this seat, and I'll call in and harass you. But go ahead.
I should be there. If it wasn't for Rabinowitz, I would be there. But your agents are better.
Yes, they are.
So here's the
Go
thing,
ahead.
Amy. When he lays off with some of these ridiculous stories, you one-up it. These stories are terrible. It's like The View without the testosterone, for God's sake.
Yes, it is.
The other thing is,
I'm Paula Ferris. Go ahead.
the failure is not on the recipient. Let's use our brains. You're going to drug test free people. That's not how it works. The failure is always on government. This is a government failure, and his statement is meant to be bombastic because what these Republicans have figured out is that fear and hate turn out more votes than not. So that's what they run on. That's what they do because they can't run on the issues.
What, are you a Democrat, Sean? I mean, you don't want them
He's
tested?
a libertarian.
You don't
No, he
want them
doesn't want
tested?
him
If they're
It's
getting
like-
a benefit, you don't want them tested?
Are you interrupting me on the phone? Let me finish, and then you pontificate.
Wait.
Why don't you just come down here and let's have it out, okay, buddy?
Why don't you guys just make
Yeah.
out, okay?
Could you stop interrupting me while I am interrupting you?
So here's how it works. You don't give up your right to be a human being when you're on welfare, which is charity. But you do give up your right to vote because you are a ward of the state.
Oh,
it's very simple.
All right, so you don't think they should be drug tested, but they can't
vote anymore. You know what? I think they should be stoned when they're voting. I'll tell you that much.
You can't vote. See, the problem is we give away the right for people to vote to self-aggrandize themselves. That's what it is. And what government has learned is the more you pay off, the more you put on welfare, the more strength the government has. So you strip away those who would vote for more welfare by eliminating those on welfare. You want
Okay,
to sell out?
got it.
You want to do nothing and
Sean?
play PlayStation?
Yes.
then do it, but you don't vote.
All right. Thanks, Sean. Let's quickly go to Vince
Bye,
in
Sean.
Island Lake. Hi, Vince. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
We should drug test everybody. We'll drug test the welfare for sure, and especially the politicians. Politicians should get drug tested.
Yeah.
They should have to get an alcohol test every time they vote.
Yeah. Don't be drunk when you vote.
They should be tested for
Yeah,
sexually
always when
transmitted
they vote.
diseases, too, apparently, all the politicians.
The stories you need to know to start your day. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Coming up next, some more of your phone calls, and then Jell-O. Yellow Jell-O. We'll explain, but first, here is
Bill Cosby
Bruce.
going to be a
Well,
guest? Oh, wow. Oh, the pudding and the pops. Today, partly sunny, brisk, and cold. High at 29. Tonight, partly cloudy and cold, low of 16. Tomorrow, not as cold with intervals of clouds and sunshine. High of 36, low tomorrow night, 27. Now for checking traffic. Here's Jim Telemonte.
Thanks, Bruce. Good morning. Good morning, Amy. 8094 eastbound. We see delays Calumet Avenue to Indianapolis Boulevard with a crash in the left lane. Westbound heavy Calumet Avenue up out of the northbound tri-state to the Lincoln Oasis after an earlier crash. Farther north, it's slow from the Stevenson to the Hinsdale Oasis and from the Reagan Toll to North Avenue. Northbound Veterans Memorial, slow in pockets between Boughton and St. Charles. The other tollways are okay. Eden's inbound, heavy. Niles Center to Montrose, 35 minutes. Lake Hook to the Junction, outbound 26. Kennedy, 50 minutes. O'Hare to downtown, outbound 34. The Eisenhower's brutal. Crash at Sacramento in the left lane, hour and 33 minutes, 390 to downtown. An hour 17 from Manheim, outbound 40 minutes to 390. Stevenson, 61 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 38. Ryan is 30 minutes, 95 to downtown. I-57, 25 minutes, I-80 to the merge. It's slick. Bishop Ford, 44 minutes, 8094 to the merge. I'm Jim Telemonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
With the holidays approaching, now's the perfect time to purchase 2 gifts and only pay for one, or give a gift and keep one for yourself. The MyPillow buy one, get one free offer is back. I urge you to go online or call now and take advantage by using the promo code AMY. You'll get the absolute best deal available. I like my love. I like them. I love MyPillows. You know, my wife has one, and I think I lost mine. So we
no,
fight.
she stole it from you, Bruce, while you weren't looking.
We fight over that.
Mhm.
But
You little lovebirds. You guys are nutty over there.
42 years. I get a great
You've
night's
been married
sleep.
for 42 years?
42 years.
That's
I got
admirable.
a son who turned 40 this past week.
Love you.
Yeah.
What's your wife's name?
Karen, with a C.
I love you too, Karen.
I get a great night's sleep by moving the fill to give me the support I need regardless of my sleep position. Never wake up with a stiff neck or headache. They're made in America. You can wash and dry them. They're hypoallergenic, plus have a 10-year warranty, 60-day money-back guarantee. It's great to know you're supporting a company that helped thousands of hurricane victims. So get your buy one, get one free MyPillows as gifts or for yourself by calling 800-489-0201 and use the promo code AMY, or visit MyPillow.com. That's 800-489-0201, promo code AMY.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I'm doing great. I'm loving the balance of nature. I don't know, my hair feels fuller. I think my skin looks nicer. I do see like improvement, and I'm a very energetic person even with type 2 diabetes and everything. I always feel pretty good. So this is really, I think I even have more energy on this, which is great. You know, some products are, you know, just phony products and they just tell you, but the people from Balance of Nature, when you hear, like I listen to the radio show so many times and I'm like, what am I waiting for? Like I should just try it.
What are you waiting for? Good health is only a phone call away. Don't miss your opportunity to get a free month's supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code CHICAGO.
Point Blank Range and Gun Shop provides a clean and safe indoor shooting range and retail store. At Point Blank, associates focus on customer needs, whether they're an expert or new to shooting. That's why people are talking about Point Blank.
I can tell you, I was impressed as soon as I walked through the door. The employees were really helpful, very patient, and knowledgeable, too.
Point Blank Range and Gun Shop. Experience the difference this holiday season. ShootPointBlank.com for more information. Check out the Glock event this weekend at Point Blank Range and Gun Shop. All the latest Glock firearms will be featured and on sale this Friday through Sunday and only at Point Blank. Point Blank Range and Gun Shop offers a state-of-the-art indoor shooting range, an extensive inventory of firearms and ammo, and a supportive, knowledgeable team. The Glock event is this weekend at Point Blank Range and Gun Shop. Check out shootpointblank.com for all the Glock info. Some restrictions may apply.
Hey, it's here, the highly anticipated, never imitated MJ Miller & Company Christmas catalog. Once again, the models wearing the jewelry are customers. You may recognize someone as you turn the pages. You'll also see exclusive new pieces and affordable finds. Turn to page 57 and discover what could be the most practical yet stunning jewelry line available. Roberto DiMiglio creates expandable pieces made to fit anyone. Imagine bracelets and rings designed to let each row separate and move for the greatest degree of comfort imaginable. Each and every treasure is hand finished with diamonds set by hand as well. Visit MJ Miller & Company and choose from an expansive selection of Roberto DiMiglio jewelry. Truly one size fits all. Call 847-381-7900 and ask for your free MJ Miller & Company Christmas catalog, or visit their store in downtown Barrington now with expanded Christmas hours. MJ Miller & Company, your trusted family jeweler.
AM 560, The Answer.
Only with your generosity can we reach our goal this year of providing food for a year and water for life for 3,000 children in the Caribbean, in Puerto Rico, and Haiti, and Guatemala. We want to quickly, we'll have Todd Chapman back from Food for the Poor at 7:35. But again, want to thank our business benefactors, Gennady Insurance, I hope I pronounced that right, TTI Medical Training, Joe Cotton Ford, AHS Plumbing and Sewer Repair. There's just, the list goes on and on of our business benefactors. And what is a business benefactor, Bruce, and how can one become one?
Okay, here's what you do with this program. Any business that makes a $2,500 tax-deductible donation to Food for the Poor will receive 40 60-second commercials Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. on 8 and AM 560, The Answer. For a business that wants to be involved in this program, here's how you do it. Call sales manager Michael Mann directly at 847-871-1527. That's 847-871-1527, and ask for the Business Benefactor Program. Or visit 560theanswer.com and search for the keyword food, or text the word biz, B-I-Z, to 64636.
The other day, Angelo Ball, but they call him Jello. You down with the whole LeVar Ball?
LeVar Ball, sure.
Yeah, so LeVar Ball has 3 sons, and Angelo, who is now named Jello for some reason, finally came forward and talked about what happened when he was in China.
Jello, what do you remember about the incident?
We all went out one night, went through the malls, went to the Louis Vuitton store, and people started taking stuff, and then, me just not thinking and being with him, I took something too.
So is he taking responsibility for his own actions? Oh, heck no.
And we left thinking we'll just get away, how kids think. And then it's just like, I didn't realize till I got back to my hotel, I'm like, that was stupid, but by then it was too late, and then sure enough, the next morning the police came and got us.
And not only did they get them, because I didn't know this side about this story, they took them to jail.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you spent the night in jail?
We were in jail for a day and a half or something like that.
And the interrogation, I mean,
it's Chinese
what
torture.
Did they ask you?
That was like 2 hours. They asked me everything, like what time was it, where were you at, who were you with, stuff like that.
Did they make him give back the Louis Vuitton handbag that he took?
Yes, and the sunglasses.
I would have gone
How hard
Prada.
was that to go through that?
Well, it was hard for me because it made it really hard because I didn't know what they were really saying. Because even my
interrogation.
What's that called?
Interpreter?
Yeah, my interpreter. Like she didn't even speak English too well, so
He thought he was
really
ordering
focus
like
on what they was
Szechuan
asking me.
at the time. Yeah. He said, "Oh, I'll have the Kung Pao, but mild, not hot." Okay. No, you don't understand. You're in jail for the rest of your life. Okay, so what you're really saying to me is that I get egg roll with this?
All right, so they got out of jail thanks to President Trump. Yes, sorry, folks.
No thanks to him, according to Dad LeBall.
Yeah, he did get them out of jail. Didn't fly home with them, though, on Air Force One, so LeVar Ball was upset with that because President Trump was over in China when this happened. So LeVar Ball, Dad, brain trust, mouthy guy, just so mouthy, pulled his son out of UCLA because Steve Alford, the coach, wasn't going to say when exactly they're going to get back in the game. They were not allowed to go to practices, not allowed to travel with the team, not even sit on the bench because they've had a few games. So he got antsy and pulled his son out of UCLA.
Pulling out LiAngelo out of UCLA. Why?
Yes.
Why now?
He already apologized. I think he served enough, and now they thinking it's more where it's 2 to 3 months to say if he's going to play or not. China already said, okay, he made a bad mistake. We're going to drop the charges. That's the punishment they gave him.
But in China for stealing, you
But
can
that's
get
the
5 to
punishment they
10
gave him.
years.
Now we over here. Look, we got to serve some more punishment.
So you disagree with
I disagree with
suspension?
the suspension of the law. Okay, you don't suspend nobody who loves basketball, who loves playing. It's going to take you 2 or 3 months before you say you can jump or play.
What alternate universe is he living in?
This is like Weekend Update. Did you see Kenan Thompson doing the imitation of LeVar Ball? I mean, they could just take this and just do this. You know, it's Kenan Thompson sitting there with the LeVar Ball shoe that's $700,000 and has his own rotisserie, which creates the chicken.
But I mean, this man, he is sending the wrong message to his son.
Wrong
he's an
message?
enabler. No, he's an enabler, not a father. But this is the best. And my gosh, I know people have goals, and I'm not a dream killer, but this is his ultimate goal for his 3 boys.
The grand plan stays the same?
The grand plan stays the same. All these boys are going to get on the Lakers. Watch how I do this. And people are going to look up and they say, wow, how'd they all get on the Lakers?
I mean, unless he buys the team, I do not think that is going to happen. But I kind of I don't want that to happen because I can't stand his morals. He has no values. He doesn't hold anybody accountable for anything, and he's a showboater. And he should go to a Chinese prison.
I think maybe if the Lakers, if they let Donald Sterling buy the Lakers, he'll hire all of LeVar Ball's kids. Maybe that's the way to look.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, Todd Chapman will join us from Food for the Poor, and you'll never believe what the list of politicians who are trying to free Blago. Yes, the list is growing. But first, let's go into the newsroom. Get news from here at home and around the world. Here is Mike Scott.
18 degrees, and the lake effect snow showers are over, but west winds at 12 give us a wind chill at the bus stop this morning of 5 above. The leader of the Palestinian Islamist group Hamas is calling for what they term a new intifada, or uprising against Israel. President Trump announcing the U.S. is recognizing Jerusalem as the capital of the Jewish state. Senator Al Franken expected to make an announcement later today on his future in the Senate. He's expected to speak from the Senate floor. The Minnesota Democrat has come under growing pressure to resign amid numerous allegations and accusations of sexual misconduct. A huge fire is burning in Southern California's Ventura County. It scorched 100,000 acres. Meteorologist Bill Cairns is on the scene and says the worst may be yet to come.
The winds this morning are going to hit levels up to about 50 to 60 miles per hour. In the mountains, up to 70 to 80 miles per hour. The fire chief for Los Angeles said this is going to be the most dangerous fire day he's ever seen in his career.
The Thomas Fire has burned a path of destruction about 10 miles from the city of Santa Paula all the way to the Pacific Ocean. Also this morning, firefighters remain concerned that a relatively small fire could grow immensely today near the Hollywood Hills.
Now the big challenge, of course, is the winds are back up, continuing to try to get that containment going throughout the night.
Homes in nearby Bel Air are threatened by flames this morning. Some U.S. airlines are asking flyers to dumb down their smart luggage. Smart luggage includes battery-powered features like GPS tracking or phone chargers. At issue is the lithium batteries inside and the risk that they might catch fire. One person is in custody after a Chicago police officer was shot in the hand on the far south side near East 95th and South Calumet. The Inspector General for the Chicago Public Schools urging the Chicago Board of Education to fire school chief Forrest Claypool. Nicholas Schuler believes the CEO should be terminated for his handling of an ethics investigation. Chicago sports last night. College hoops, Loyola stuns number 5 Florida 65-59. Don't be surprised, Loyola's now 9-1 on the season. Illinois squeezed out a victory over Austin Peay. SIU lost at St. Louis, while the Redbirds of Illinois State dropped an 80-68 decision at BYU. The news service of Cabela's. For families that love the great outdoors every season, the only place to go this season is Cabela's Christmas sale. Save 25% off select men's and women's and kids' hunting boots. Plus, don't miss Saturday 8 a.m. doorbusters. Shop in-store and online at Cabela's.com. 7:34 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
The Joe Walsh Show.
The American taxpayer is still paying for any member of Congress who sexually harasses a staffer and then has to settle. Tell your member of Congress to pass a law now. It should read like this. Congressmen must settle out of their own damn pocket.
The Joe Walsh Show. Weeknights starting at 5. Right after Sean Hannity at 2 on AM 560. The Answer.
Quote, buy and save on home insurance with Progressive's new Home Quote Explorer. Only at Progressive.com.
Why put an alarm system in your home? How about experiencing the peace of mind that comes from knowing everything that is important to you is watched over and protected even when you can't be there? Alarm Detection Systems has the reputation, experience, and personnel to provide the best security services for all kinds of properties. Alarm Detection Systems is family-owned. Our number is local, and a live person always answers when you call. Your account will be monitored right here in Illinois, not 5 states away. If you already have a system and you're experiencing poor customer service, long wait times on the phone, or hidden fees from your current company, then make the switch now to Alarm Detection Systems. We carry the latest technology, including app control from multiple devices. Alarm Detection Systems even provides service and repair coverage on weekends and holidays. We want to earn your business, so our on-site consultation is always free. Visit adsalarm.com or call 630-844-6300. That's 630-844-6300. Alarm license number 127000143.
7:36. Let's get an update on the morning commute in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim.
Mike, on the inbound Eisenhower at Sacramento, an earlier crash is gone now, but the damage is done. We're looking at an hour and 44 minutes to get from 390 to downtown, an hour and a half from Manheim, outbound 40 minutes downtown to 390. Edens is 35 minutes, Lake Hook to the junction, outbound 26. Kennedy, now 56 minutes, O'Hare to downtown, 23 from Montrose, no savings in the Express. Outbound 34 minutes to the airport. Stevenson, an hour plus a minute, 3:55 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 38 minutes. Ryan is 30 minutes, 95 to downtown. Bishop Ford, 44 minutes, 80-94 to the Rhine. Northbound Tri-State delays from the Stevenson to the Hinsdale Oasis and from the Reagan to North Avenue. Veterans Memorial from Boughton most of the way to St. Charles. Traffic, service of Sprint just in time for the holidays. Get a great deal on a Samsung device with the best price for unlimited. Visit Sprint.com or call 1-800-SPRINT-1. Sprint works for me. Compared to similar unlimited rate plans from national carriers, carrier features differ, restrictions apply. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. Partly sunny, brisk and cold, high 29. Partly cloudy and cold, 16 overnight. Currently 18 degrees at O'Hare. Next news coming up at 8. Chicago's Morning Answer continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Advanced Planning Advisors, bringing you Smart Money Talk with Mike Moylan and Rob Curvin, Saturday mornings at 6.
Let freedom ring this afternoon at 2 with Sean Hannity, right before Joe Walsh at 5 on AM 560, The Answer.
Good morning. Welcome back to AM 560, The Answer. Amy Jacobson here. Bruce Wolf sitting in for Dan Proft today and tomorrow.
Yes.
And you are in for a treat, Mr. Wolf, because joining us again in the studio is Todd Chapman. He works for Food for the Poor. I was blessed to go with him and other radio hosts from around the country to see firsthand the good work that Food for the Poor does. And it starts in Port-au-Prince, where they have this amazing facility that is well guarded. Because if people are, it needs to be protected because people that are hungry will do anything to get their hands on some food and some water.
Yeah, they're desperate.
They are. And it's a well-protected place, but it's so well-run. And I feel good knowing that Food for the Poor, 95% of everything donated goes directly to the people. And that says a lot. But I just wanted to tell this story when I was there in July. We bring little trinkets for kids. I brought soccer balls. I was going to bring volleyballs and hold a volleyball clinic, but then realized there's no nets. And they're going to take that volleyball and turn it into a soccer ball anyway.
Right,
so you might as well bring soccer balls. But if they know, it's almost it's a dangerous situation if they know that there's soccer balls in the van. So they told me to don't blow them up and hide them until just before we're about to leave, and then give them away. And I say that because when we were at Food for the Poor headquarters, I had stickers, and this lady grabbed my bag and stole all the stickers that were for the kids. And this one gentleman, cannot remember his name, but he was waiting in line too for the food, and he pointed her out and called her out, and security came, and we got all the stickers back, and then I handed them out to the kids. So people are so desperate.
Yeah, and
they're respectful. I'm not being. I don't.
Yeah,
hope
they're not bad people, but
No.
you have to understand when you live in a country that's severely impoverished. I mean, the average Haitian is doing well if they make a couple dollars a day U.S. and you've got 75% unemployment. Most of the country doesn't have electricity, no running water, no modern sanitation. Food is hard to come by. Clean water is really, really difficult to access. So people are just desperate, and it makes them do things that they normally wouldn't do. But in spite of it, you have to kind of look past that and say, okay, what can we do to help? And this is the time of year where we all think about others and we put other people above ourselves. And I'm really just hoping that a lot of our listeners here will say, hey, you know what? I want to invest in changing the world for a child by feeding them and giving them water. And that's kind of the tip of the spear, because as you saw when you were with us, we come into a community like Savon Cabrit, that little dusty community there in Port-au-Prince.
Yeah, a little village.
I mean,
it
it's
took
just
3 hours, about 3 hours to get to, and it's only a half
terrible
hour
ride.
away.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, we were in separate Jeeps, and we were just flying all over the car. And I was with Phil Boyce and Paul, and I'm like, okay, boys, we're going to get through this. Keep breathing.
To call those roads is an insult to roads.
Exactly.
I mean, it really is. They were like riverbeds, and we're in four-wheelers going up and down. And
to me, I couldn't go to Ocho Rios to a resort because, in Jamaica, because I can't take the hour bus ride to go to a resort. So,
and
I
then
I understand.
Yeah, and then
that.
you get there. We met this wonderful woman. She had 9 kids.
Murray.
And we asked Murray. And Murray, I still could cry thinking about it. When it rains, they have to all gather in the middle of their hut because the water, it's only dry place. And she has 9 kids. And we asked them, when was the last time, did you have any food today? No. When was the last time you ate? Maybe yesterday, maybe the day before.
Yeah.
And we had a translator with us. So the need is real,
it
is raw.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know what she said to me, and I've been to Haiti a lot of times, Guatemala, Nicaragua. I've been to a lot of the countries that we work in, and I've seen a lot of poverty in my 7 years with Food for the Poor. But Murray's situation really touched me. But something she said, because it's pretty common, they tend to have large families. It's just a cultural thing. She had 9 kids, husband out of the picture, and so I've talked to a lot of moms, and I say, well, how do you feed 9 kids when you don't have enough food? And some will say, well, maybe half the kids eat one day and the other kids, it's just not their turn that day. And they understand that's the way it is. She said, well, I don't do it that way. She said, no matter how little food I've got, I always make sure that all of my kids get a little bit of something, no matter how little there is, even if it's just a spoonful of rice, per child. And she said this, and man, this really touched my heart. She said, because I don't want them to lose hope in their hearts. And so, the thing that you're doing when you give to Food for the Poor is you're not just giving food and water, you're actually giving hope. Because, again, the living conditions in Haiti, in Guatemala, which has the highest stuntedness rate anywhere on the planet for kids under the age of 5, half of them are stunted from lack of food.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just tragic. And so what you do when you give the food, not only, you're helping them physically, but psychologically, emotionally, and even spiritually, because you're letting them know, okay, you know what? It's going to be okay. I can get through this. And think about food for a year, 2 meals a day, and then we're going to take part of your $50 gift and use it to build a water well or a water purification system to make sure they're drinking clean water. That's such a huge difference. And it's like less than you're going to drop on buying a tie. So maybe instead of getting, your father-in-law another tie this year that he may not even like because he doesn't like purple, why not make a gift and say, hey, in your honor, in your name, I made a gift to feed, a child in Haiti or Guatemala. Now, that's something I think that's going to make a real difference.
And I was so touched by the Haitians, and my mom asked me this year, too. She's like, what do you want? And I said, oh, Mom, make a donation in my honor for Food for the Poor.
Yeah.
I don't need to get a massage or another stupid facial or, another yoga mat. I'm fine. Because I swear, you go to Haiti and you come back and your priorities are completely different. I mean, everything. Because I remember when we went to that village on the way there, we stopped for lunch, and I saw these 2 boys in this it looked like a shack to the right, and we had to stay in our cars because we, to want them to know that we were eating, because then it would all run and try and take your food. And I could not eat, so I was just pushing around my food a little, and because I had a power bar, I prepared, And they reminded me of my boys, Andrew and Russell. There are two boys just playing with a rock because they don't have any toys. So they're, making do. And I looked at them and I waved. And when we were done, I asked the person, I can't remember, the driver of our car, I said, can you please go give them this food?
Yeah.
And he did. Yeah. He got out of the truck and he handed, but the car was running. So then we got back in the car and left. But they were the smile on their face, Bruce, was just amazing. Yeah. And I will never forget that.
You think of this as an abstraction. And then, you bring it into concrete terms. You're just talking about basic things like water.
Yeah.
Water.
And it was hot.
Yeah.
I mean, it is
seriously.
hot. There's hot, and then there's Haiti hot.
Yeah. I mean, we take water for granted. When I first started doing this job at the time, our youngest girl was a competitive gymnast. And so she was going to the gym every day after school. She was in the gym 20 hours a week. And my wife would do the gymnastic carpool. And so every time I'd, the weekend would come and I'd take the SUV down to vacuum it and stuff like that. It used to drive me crazy, especially after I started doing this. All these half-drunk bottles of water in the car. Yes. And I would come home and I'd go on this rant. I'm like, don't you understand? There's people that don't have clean water and you're just But we really are so blessed here in the U.S. We have food in ample supply. We waste so much food. We have clean, safe drinking water. So, just this time of year, I really want to encourage you, just step back a little bit and just realize, because we tend to complain about a lot of things here in the U.S., but we are so incredibly blessed. You realize
I wash my dishes before I put them in the dishwasher.
Maybe
you and my mom would have got along great.
It's ridiculous.
Well, if you want to make a donation, please go to 560theanswer.com/food. It'll take just a few minutes. Again, we're asking for a one-time donation of $50 to change really somebody's life and to give them hope. Yeah. And again, if you're a business owner, if you do the marketing for your company and you want to take your business to the next level, this is the best deal in Chicagoland radio. It's our business benefactor program, $2,500, tax deductible. The money goes to Food for the Poor. And as a way of saying thank you, we will give you 40 one-minute commercials that will air Monday through Friday or run Monday through Friday right here on AM 560. And honestly, that is the best deal ever. Bradford Systems, we want to thank them. Joe Cotton Ford. I mean, the list goes on and on of people that are business benefactors. So please help out. Bruce, have we tugged on your heartstrings enough to have you make a donation?
If we can make Bruce write a check, I mean, we know we've really done something, right?
All right, I won't wash the dishes anymore before I put them in the dishwasher.
Pal, not good enough.
All right, I won't
Show me the money.
I won't wash the dishes, period, okay? Why? Why can't I eat off the same plate over and over again? You should call sales manager Michael Mann directly at 847-871-1527. This is for the Business Benefactor Program. Michael Mann, 847-871-1527. Or visit 560theanswer.com and search for the keyword food, or text the word biz, B-I-Z, to 64636.
Now, the big question here, though, is your daughter stopped wasting water bottles?
Well, she's at college now, so I don't know what she does. But
it's so weird because people, I mean, again, if I'm thirsty, worst comes to worst, I can go to the park and drink out of the water fountain. They don't have that. And the canal that they had in this village, animals were swimming in it or walking in the water, drinking the water. People were swimming in it. Other people were washing their clothes in it. Mm-hmm. People were drinking it, and that's what they use, to cook with. They grab some of that water to cook with.
Yeah, that mom we met, Murray. She's had two of her kids that had cholera that year. And cholera is typically fatal, so thank God they didn't die. But yeah, it's desperate, and you can make a huge difference.
And then
it's awesome.
After we went to Savan-Cabrit, we went the next day to a village that Food for the Poor has helped. Mm-hmm. And these beautiful, if you watch the video that we made at 560theanswer.com/food, you could see the video and kind of a before and after. Yeah. So with your donation, we'll take a village that's made out of mud huts and sticks, and then there's solid housing it's stucco, isn't it?
Yeah, it sticks, and then they put stucco over the top of it.
Yeah, and it's great because they have clean running water, and they have washrooms.
Well, each house has a washroom. Are you asking about the homes we build?
Yeah, no, the homes we build is not.
Oh, they're concrete.
Those are
concrete, cinder block, earthquake proof. We started doing that in the wake of the earthquake and hurricane.
That is very smart. See, you guys are always smart.
Well, they're human beings, and they deserve all the dignity that we can offer them, and we want to provide long-term solutions to poverty. And so we do the best we can, and again, 95% of all your gift is going to make a difference.
So go to 560theanswer.com/food and help us this holiday season.
Connect with Dan and Amy using the AM 560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
Weather forecast for today?
Well, it's going to be partly sunny, brisk and cold, high at 29. Tonight, partly cloudy and cold, low of 16. Tomorrow, not as cold with intervals of clouds and sunshine, high of 36. Low tomorrow night, 27. Now for a check of traffic, here's Jim Telemonte.
Thanks, Bruce and Amy. Metro has delays on the BNSF line this morning. There's a mechanical issue near 59. Eden's 35 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 26. Kennedy, 56 minutes. O'Hare to downtown, 23 from Montrose. Same on the Express. Outbound 46 to the airport. The Eisenhower, after a crash near Sacramento, is an hour and 42 minutes from 390 to downtown. An hour 28 from Manheim. Outbound 40 minutes at 390. Stevenson, an hour, 3:55 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 38 minutes. Ryan is 30 minutes, 95th to downtown. Lakeshore Drive, southbound heavy Bryn Mawr to North Avenue, northbound from the Stevenson to Jackson. Northbound Tri-State delays, Harlem to 31st, and from the Reagan Tollway to North Avenue. Adams Tollway good, Reagan Tollway tight from the Aurora Toll to 59. Northbound Veterans Memorial from Boughton most of the way to St. Charles. Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
Gentlemen, this time of year can be exhausting and stressful. Did you know that stress is associated with low testosterone levels and can worsen symptoms like fatigue, trouble sleeping, and your mood? If you're feeling a lack of energy or motivation, you should get your levels checked. I personally recommend my friends at Low T Center. It's where I get my levels checked. Their physicians exclusively diagnose and treat men with low T. At Low T Center, they make it quick and easy. You walk in, take a simple blood test, and with the convenience of their on-site lab, you'll know your results in about 20 minutes. So if you've been drinking coffee or energy drinks just to get through the day, or maybe you feel like you need a nap most days, you might have low T. Most health insurance is accepted. Choose my friends at Low T Center, now with the location in downtown Chicago, on the Mag Mile at 625 North Michigan Avenue. Call 312-239-3427. Tell them Dan Prof sent you. That's me. The number 312-239-3427. Call now or go to lowtcenter.com. That's lowtcenter.com. Do it today.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
Before I started taking this Balance of Nature, I had no energy. Since I've been taking this Balance of Nature, I have had the energy, and I just thank God. It's really been a blessing to me. Even my eyesight seems to be better because my other glasses I couldn't wear. It wasn't strong enough. But when I put the other glasses on, the one that was kind of weak, I could see so clear out of them. I said, what is this?
What are you waiting for? Good health is only a phone call away. Don't miss your opportunity to get a free month's supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code Chicago.
On AM 560 The Answer, we talk about the important issues that affect your world. Things like the economy, education, and foreign policy. There's always so much going on in the news that we don't always have the time to focus in and talk about the big ideas behind the important issues. Enter Upstream Ideas online at upstream-ideas.com. Upstream Ideas, in partnership with the Illinois Policy Institute, provides the kind of information that informs the policy discussions happening here on AM 560. At Upstream Ideas, you'll broaden the debate, move beyond partisan assumptions, and challenge accepted beliefs. Upstream Ideas goes against the current and thinks upstream. Go online now at upstream-ideas.com. That's upstream-ideas.com. You'll be armed with new information and fresh perspectives to help encourage you to make the state of Illinois and the United States of America a bit freer, a bit more just, and a bit more civilized. Upstream-ideas.com.
Hey guys, Ken here from the hit podcast Today's Growth. Who would win a 3-mile bicycle race, an 11-year-old girl or last year's winner of the Tour de France? It all depends on the bicycle. It depends on their vehicle. Both on a 10-speed and the pro racer is going to win every time. But put the racer on a tricycle and the 11-year-old wins every time. You see, it's not the driver, it's the vehicle. When it comes to generating revenue, it's exactly the same. If you have a job or a small business, you are riding a tricycle. You can only go so fast. If you need to make up lost ground, it's not going to happen on a tricycle. No matter how fast you pedal, it's simply not going to win the race. Why do many people with no schooling and no advanced degree often become very wealthy? Simple. They choose to only ride 10 speeds. When it comes to helping people create their next revenue model, both Forbes and Inc. recommend Income Store as a can't miss when it comes to putting people on a 10-speed. Could your household or business use an additional revenue model that doesn't solely depend on you? If so, you need to check out IncomeStore.com. That's IncomeStore.com.
DS Arms is the factory direct outlet for firearms and accessories where you can find all major brands of firearms in stock. And DS Arms is an actual firearms manufacturer. For 30 years, they've been manufacturing custom rifles used by police, military, and you. Purchase your rifle factory direct and support American manufacturing jobs. DS Arms can also set you up with automatic knives, spare magazines, optics, and every accessory. DS Arms is in Lake Barrington off of Route 14 and Pepper Road. Call 847-277-7260 or visit dsarms.com. DS Arms, much more than a gun store.
Hey there, beer lovers. Let your freedom be heard. If you love freedom, patriotism, and the craft beer revolution, then Gun Craft Beer is the brew for you. You can purchase Gun Craft Beer all over Chicagoland. For a list of locations, visit guncraftbeer.com. And be sure to follow Gun Craft Beer on Facebook and Instagram. So salute the red, white, and brew by enjoying the freedom you can taste with Guncraft Beer.
Winter's almost here, and you'll need a heating and cooling company you know you can depend on. Look no further. That company is the original Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling. They're not one of those massive impersonal companies with inexperienced technicians and subcontractors. Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling sends only their own highly skilled technicians. From service to installation and everything in between, their work quality and customer service is the best. The original Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling keeps homes and businesses comfy and warm. Call Carrie at 847-545-1700 or visit arlingtonheightsheatingandcooling.com. Mention AM 560 and receive 20% off your first service call. That's Carrie at 847-545-1700 or online at arlingtonheightsheatingandcooling.com. The original Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling, not the biggest, just the best.
AM 560, The Answer.
So, Bruce.
Yeah.
Yesterday, when President Trump was announcing that Jerusalem is going to be the capital of Israel, which we will talk about, and we have to because you're Jewish, so you're pleased with this decision, I'm sure.
I have to recuse myself from the discussion. I have
Why?
a vested interest.
Oh.
Yes.
No, but you're pleased with it, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. My Palestinian friends are. Anywho, so during the
Bring
speech,
them on.
Yeah, let's talk about
Okay.
that peace in the Middle East. President Trump, though, had a little slip of the dentures.
Really?
Yeah, he's kind of showing his age yesterday. His sniffles are back, too, but I understand I've had a cold for 2 months now. But just listen and hear if you can see the dentures falling out.
Let us rethink old assumptions and open our hearts and minds to possible and possibilities.
Now they're starting to really
and
fall.
finally, I ask the leaders of the region, political and religious, Israeli and Palestinian, Jewish and Christian and Muslim, to join us in the noble quest for lasting peace. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Israel. God bless the Palestinians, and God bless the United States. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So while,
That's like Foster Brooks. He sounds like he's drunk.
So while you say the United States, you see this white. I mean, it's his dentures. They're falling.
Somebody's going to get fired. You're fired. But how did maybe they loosened? Somewhere between the two Big Macs and the two fillet of fishes that he eats.
I mean, it
at
can't be
every
confirmed,
meal.
but he's 71 years old. I mean, it makes a fair amount of sense that he would be wearing dentures.
He's a supposed billionaire. Can't he get some
implants?
Adhesives?
Well,
Yeah.
how do denture? I mean, I remember my Nana had dentures, and I would hate when I'd go into her condo in Skokie in the bathroom, and her dentures would be in the glass. I'm like, Nana, put your teeth in, please.
I imagine Donald Trump's dentures in the glass actually talking.
I'm really rich.
Right, he is really rich. But when you have the denture, do you know people with dentures?
Right.
All right, so how does it? I know at night you take them out, and then in the morning you put them back in. It must be hard to eat with them. And then how many times during the day do you have to take off your dentures and put in the sealant
He
again?
has the finest, the best denture makers in the world. I mean, he's Donald Trump. He can't get a set of choppers? This isn't George Washington. George Washington had wooden teeth. That's the first president. This president should have the finest technology available. If we can't have a president who can keep his teeth in his mouth.
Wrong.
What does that say to the rest of the world?
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, what is the fate of Al Franken? We'll speak with Ed Morrissey from hotair.com. But first, let's go into the newsroom, catch up with Mike Scott.
Amy and Bruce, the ex-top cop of the city of Chicago, Gary McCarthy, apparently wants to run for mayor. 4 wounded in an uptown shooting. We'll have details on that developing story. Chicago man is accused of pointing a gun at a suburban police chief, and the Bulls blow a big lead and drop their contest last night to the Pacers. WIND Chicago News Time is 8 o'clock.
It'll be like a hurricane without the rain. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and that kind of wind could fan these flames, making several wildfires worse in Southern California.
Your lips are chapped, your skin is dry, and everything is crispy, and it could just go at any minute.
The fires have burned down nearly 200 homes already.
I'm still kind of taking the whole thing in. I could kind of tell where everything was, but there's nothing left.
Fox's Jonathan Hunt out near the biggest of the fires in Ventura County.
What firefighters are doing is try to prevent the flames that are burning here from jumping these roads, so they've been setting backfires. The intensity of the flame, quite extraordinary. Firefighters all backing off now away from it.
The director of the FBI goes to Capitol Hill next hour, and Republicans have a lot of questions amid allegations of anti-Trump bias. Fox's John Decker's live at the White House.
Just days after President Trump tweeted that the FBI's reputation was in tatters, the Bureau's new director, Christopher Wray, will testify this morning before the House Judiciary Committee. Wray likely will face questions about the conduct of FBI agents assigned to special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation and the actions of Hillary Clinton. Ohio Republican Congressman Jim Jordan sits on the committee.
The Clinton campaign paid Russians for this report, this dossier.
One FBI agent was removed by Mueller from his investigation after he sent text messages that could be considered anti-Trump. That agent previously had worked on the investigation into Clinton's private email server. Dave?
John, we're waiting to hear this morning from Senator Al Franken and if he'll give in to growing pressure to resign after 8 women accused the Democrat of trying to forcibly kiss them or touch them inappropriately.
I do not feel that he should continue to serve.
Democratic Senator Kirsten Gillibrand leading the charge of some 30 Democrats in the Senate calling on Franken to resign. President Trump will meet with congressional leaders today, the day before government funding runs out. They're trying to work out a spending bill. Fox News, fair and balanced.
18 degrees. Skies are mostly cloudy at this moment. Winds west-northwest at 12. That will give us a wind chill of 5 above. 8:02 on AM 560. The Answer. Good morning. I'm Mike Scott. 4 wounded following a shooting in Chicago's Uptown neighborhood. The victim shot standing near Wilson and Broadway. 1 in critical condition. No arrests have been made. 1 person is in custody after a Chicago police officer was shot in the hand on the far south side. That officer this morning is in good condition. The incident under investigation. Chicago's former top cop seriously considering running for mayor. Gary McCarthy wants Mayor Emanuel's job and could greenlight a bid based on recent polling. One of the people arrested after gunfire erupted during a funeral procession in Hillside is now charged with trying to draw a gun on that community's police chief after a brief car chase. 24-year-old Marcus Davis of Chicago now faces felony gun charges after an investigation revealed that after he and the others jumped out of the car Tuesday afternoon, he pointed that handgun at Hillside Police Chief Joseph Lukasik before dropping that weapon. A top Democrat in the Illinois Senate says, yes, he does want to work with Governor Bruce Rauner on a new state budget. Senator John Cullerton also says he's prepared to work alone. Federal prosecutors have charged 19 suspects in an alleged drug ring centered in Milwaukee. U.S. attorneys arrested all of these suspects Wednesday. Several live in Milwaukee, but many here in Chicago and some in Burlington, Iowa. Bulls fell to the Pacers, 98-96 last night. Blackhawks fell behind early and never recovered in a 6-2 loss to the Capitals. The news, a service of Office Depot Office Max. You've been taking care of business all year, so let Office Depot Office Max take care of you. Treat yourself to great deals on tech and furniture like maybe a new laptop or replace that squeaky chair. You deserve it. Office Depot Office Max, taking care of business. 8:04, time for the AM 560 Business Beat. From the Fox Business Network, a service of Turnkey.pro, here's Ginny Casola.
From the Fox Business Network, General Electric is planning to cut 12,000 jobs. Reuters says GE is confirming substantial layoffs in Germany and Switzerland. The job cuts are in GE Power. Reports in France this week predicted thousands of jobs being eliminated in Europe as GE restructures the business. AT&T will meet the Justice Department in court today to defend its plan to merge with Time Warner. It's likely a court date will be set at the hearing. AT&T has asked the court to hear the case beginning February 20th. The buyer of the $450 million Leonardo da Vinci at Christie's last month is a Saudi prince. The newly opened Louvre Museum in Abu Dhabi tweeted yesterday that the painting, Salvator Mundi, is coming. The Dow closed down 39 yesterday, NASDAQ up 14, the S&P slipped a fraction. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Ginny Cosola.
8:05 in Chicago. A check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Larry Elder says the Democrats are in a tailspin.
I've never seen Democrats on their heels like this since the Harvey Weinstein stuff. Because what Harvey Weinstein is alleged to have done is no different than what Bill Clinton is alleged to have done. Hillary still has not been asked. What about you, Hillary? Hillary has never been asked that yet, but she will have to be asked that. These Democrats don't know what to do now.
The Larry Elder Show. Weeknights at 7, right before Jay Sekulow at 9 on AM 560. The Answer.
Life happens. With ADT, you can feel safe with an ADT starter kit professionally installed for only $49. Call today and install an ADT starter kit that includes security panel, keypad, key fob, entry and motion sensors, and for a limited time, get a camera included and installed at no additional cost. That's a $449 value, installed for just $49.
Requires 36-month monitoring contract, QSB, and EasyPay activation. Early term fees may apply. Certain marks excluded. License available at ADT.com, Florida EF001121, Louisiana F1639.
I'm Jay Farner from Quicken Loans. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.875%, APR 4.05%. But choosing the right mortgage lender means choosing more than just a rate. Does calling the company with 11 J.D. Power Awards for client service matter? Does calling the company that invented Rocket Mortgage, the industry's most innovative technology, matter? If working with America's #1 online lender matters to you, call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Equal housing lender, NMLS number 3030.
It's 8:06. Let's get an update on the roads this morning in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim.
Thanks, Mike. The inbound Edens is heavy, with delays starting at Niles Center, 35 minutes. Lake Cook Junction, outbound 28. Kennedy an hour. O'Hare to downtown, 30 minutes from Montrose, 31 on the Express. Outbound 46 to the airport. The Eisenhower after crash in Sacramento, it is an hour and 36 minutes, 390 to downtown. An hour 22 from Manheim, outbound 40 minutes to 390. Stevenson, an hour and 18 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 40 minutes. Ryan is 30 minutes, 95th to downtown. I-57, 27 minutes, I-80 to the merge, Bishop Ford 44. Tri-State southbound, bottled up 21 to Bradley. Northbound Harlem to 31st, and from the Reagan Tollway to North Avenue. Reagan Tollway slow, the Aurora Toll to 59. Veterans Memorial Jan, Boughton most of the way to St. Charles. Southbound 53 slow ran to Kirchhoff, 8094. Heavy eastbound Torrance to Indianapolis Boulevard, crash in the left lane. Westbound Klein to Indianapolis. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. We get the latest with our meteorologist, Kevin Snyder.
Breezy with partial sunshine today, high 31, partly cloudy night, low 19. Tomorrow, clouds and sun, high 37. A little snow accumulating a coating to an inch tomorrow night, otherwise cloudy with a low 27. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
Currently 18 at O'Hare, 21 along the lakefront. Your next news update is at 8:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next, with Bruce Wolf sitting in for Dan this morning on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Financial Planning with Jack Tabota, your 401k specialist, whose goal is to protect, preserve, and grow your wealth. Saturday mornings at 7.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
Today's the big day, the fate of Senator Al Franken. He is going to have a press conference today where there's been rumblings that he's going to resign. Of course, There's a growing chorus of Democratic senators who want him to resign. 38 in all. They say enough is enough. And Christine Gillibrand from lovely New York is leading the charge.
We need to draw a line in the sand and say none of it is okay. None of it is acceptable. There were new allegations today, and enough is enough.
And actually, there were 2 new allegations. A 7th woman accusing Al Franken of sexual misconduct. She said that he told her that he tried to kiss her and said it was his right as an entertainer. He called this, factually incorrect. Or what was his exact terminology? Oh, categorically
Categorically
deny.
not true. When people use weasel words like that, I'm always suspicious of that, because I would just say if somebody was accusing me of doing that and they were lying, I'd say you're lying. I don't have to say categorically not true.
He was a radio host at the time back in 2006, was not a
failed radio
senator.
Host of Air America. Yeah.
Oh, Air America.
Nobody listened to that.
All right. Well, either way, she was a former staffer that was on the program, and she said when she was trying to leave after the interview, he was between me and the door. He was coming at me to kiss. It was very quick. And she claims that he said, it's my right as an entertainer. I don't know if I really buy this one. Then
don't you buy this?
I don't.
I mean, I thought I was the misogynist. I believe the women here. I believe them. I wonder why this happened now. I mean, why this story's 3 weeks old. After he touched the first one, remember how they were denigrating her? They were denigrating her. I mean, I call her Sleeping Booby, but why did they believed her? There was somebody at the Minnesota State Fair. There were a couple of other people, and then all of a sudden, yesterday, it reaches critical mass. Why wasn't didn't this happen like a week and a half ago?
Because you know what happens in 5 days. In 5 days, the people of Alabama are going to put Senator Roy Moore, or put Roy Moore as the next senator of Alabama.
Sure.
And the Democrats have to, this is the game plan. If we have to get rid of Al Franken for taking pictures where his hands, ended up in the wrong places, or trying to kiss somebody, then we can't have Roy Moore in.
Well, these things happen very fast, because I believe even Nancy Pelosi has lowercase the I in icon for John Conyers now. And that's how much he has fallen. He's like, Super Mario going down to regular Mario.
And now we have an 8th accuser. Oh, and this one makes me so mad. Who claims in January 2009, weeks after, Al Franken won his Senate seat, they were at a party, and she got a picture with him because her foster mother loves Al Franken. And she claims that he put his hand around her waist, grabbed a handful of flesh, and squeezed it at least twice. I mean, come
Well, she's just upset she has love handles. But, okay, maybe you discount number 8.
This is not sexual assault.
It could be.
No, it's not.
Close. It's close to what Herman Cain did to you. I saw the picture. He has his hand around you, and he's his index finger, and maybe he's just had long index fingers or something. But it's underneath your breast.
I know.
And that shouldn't be.
That happens.
No, it doesn't.
You know what? That happens
a lot.
You
put a little slack in your arm, and you don't try to grab all the way around.
No, many people, when you take a picture, they get a little handsy, or they just...
they're not supposed to
They think that your buttocks is in a different place than it should be. Because, I'm taller, so I just always pass it off like, all right, well, this will be over in a second and whatever.
It's not good. You shouldn't put up with that stuff.
But it's not sexual abuse or assault or any of that, or harassment. It's not. And that picture is with Herman Cain, I think, is just fine. If you Google image Amy Jacobson, Herman Cain, you'll see it.
Is around.
Right. It is
underneath
right.
your breast.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not right. I'm
sorry.
Take it to Maybe I'm protective. I don't know.
I think people should, chill out. Just let's prioritize and just, what is important here. But with the fate of Al Franken, Senator Al Franken, let's join Ed Morrissey, who is senior editor for HotAir.com and
I love HotAir.
Columnist for This Week. Good morning, Mr. Morrissey. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. So what do you think is going to happen here? What time's the press conference? Where is it? Just set the table for us.
Well, it's not going to be a press conference. He's going to make a speech on the Senate floor. So I'm not sure exactly what time that's going to happen, but it's definitely going to be dramatic when it does.
I mean, he is going to resign, isn't he, or is he not?
No, I don't know.
What do you think?
Don't know. We don't know. Initially, yesterday, Minnesota Public Radio reported that, based on a source inside, that Franken was preparing to resign, and then Franken's Twitter account, at least his official Twitter account, said that's not correct. No decision has been made. He's still discussing this with his family, and we'll have something tomorrow. And it was supposed to be just an announcement today. But then this morning we found out that, or at least his office said he plans to give a speech on the Senate floor, which, knowing Franken, that doesn't sound like a resignation.
No,
it
doesn't.
Still be, but it doesn't sound like one.
And I heard the Minnesota Public Radio report. I heard Garrison Keillor give it. But okay, so Ed.
But what do you do if you have 38 and even the Senate minority leader is asking him to step down and to resign? I mean, how else can you go on unless you resign?
Right, just simply don't resign. They don't have any authority to remove him right off the bat. You have to, in order to expel a senator from the chamber, it requires a 2/3 vote of the entire chamber, and I'm not sure that the Democrats can even bring the motion. They need Republicans to do it. And I'm not sure Republicans are going to be motivated to help them get rid of their Al Franken problem.
No, they want to have a 3-year Bob Packwood ethics committee investigation and drag this on so that they don't get the moral high ground and can go after Trump and the Republicans as well. This is kind of fascinating. I mean, what if he stands up there and all of a sudden gives like a Jimmy Stewart speech? You know, Mr. Franken goes to Washington and he defends himself and says, "Look," he says, "I'm sorry. These were bad things, but I grew up in the '60s like Harvey Weinstein when you're supposed to do these things, and I want to move on here, but there's a difference between me and Roy Moore." There's a possibility that he could point the finger at everybody else. Who among us has not grabbed a little tush in this day? I mean, something like that. What do you think?
Yeah. No, first off, I got to give you mad props for your Jimmy Stewart.
Go ahead, Ed.
I think what he gets up and says is that maybe there's for the to look at. He's kind of had these sort of passive, non-denial, platitudinous answers until yesterday when he actually issued a firm denial of the 7th accuser. But I think he gets up there and says, look, I mean, even if you want to pursue this, there should be due process involved here. I think it's unseemly that we just push somebody out over untested allegations. The voters of Minnesota elected me to this office, and they'll have a chance to elect somebody in 3 years. Let's have due process. Let's go through the process. Let's not just rush to judgment. I think that's what he gets up and says if he wants to stick around.
Wow. All right, you're in Minnesota. What are people there saying? Are they backing him? Do they, I was surprised that people in Minnesota, voters, put him in office to begin with, but what do they want?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. We've had a couple of state legislators resign just in the last couple of weeks over sexual harassment allegations, and they're going to have a special election in February to deal with those openings. I think people here are pretty annoyed about the sexual harassment scandal. I think they're annoyed about politicians who commit sexual harassment. And frankly, I think the DFL has so many other better options than Al Franken that they're hoping he resigns so that Mark Dayton can appoint somebody who is less assailable, I guess, and maybe less vulnerable in the next election.
All right, so, really, but when we come down to due process, and it's fascinating, and other people have pointed this out, that Al Franken is all in favor of these Title IX deals for the schools where no male gets any kind of due process protection, and anything that a woman says goes. But for him, all of a sudden, he needs due process. What does he need due process for? Either admit to some of these things that they actually happened, and how many does it take? It's like prunes. Are 4 enough? Are 7 too many? How many do you need in order to oust him from the Senate? Or should he just make the argument, look, there are changing standards right now. There used to be a liberal lion in the Senate named Teddy Kennedy, who would play hump the hostess with the waitresses. And now you're saying all of a sudden that what Al Franken did a few years ago, which was okay, nobody made a big deal about it then, is verboten. So maybe he somehow argues that. It's not the greatest argument in the world, but, what do you do?
I don't think he's going to go after his colleagues as much to that extent, because I'll tell you the other argument that he could make. I actually wrote this in my post this morning at Hot Air, is the fact that all of these same colleagues were standing behind Robert Menendez.
Oh, that's right.
When all of these issues with Salomon Melgen and the flights to the Dominican Republic and all of the favors that Melgen was giving Menendez, and the fact that the Department of Justice is still prosecuting Robert Menendez. I mean, they are saying due process, due process, due process with Menendez, who may have committed some serious felonies, whereas they're trying to throw Franken out. And the only difference between the two is the fact, well, there's two differences. One is that Franken doesn't appear to have committed a serious felonious crime. He might have committed some misdemeanor assaults, but he didn't commit felonies. And the second is that Minnesota's got a Democratic governor, whereas New Jersey has a Republican governor for the next couple of weeks. And if he really wanted to go after his colleagues on the Senate floor, he'd bring that up. And but I mean, then you're really torching the.
Sure.
He's a caucus of one after that, you know.
Oh, I would love Stuart Smalley to get up there and give him hell. I mean, that would be so funny. I am good enough, and you're going to keep me here.
Gosh darn it, I'm smart. And people like me. Tomorrow, President Trump heads to Pensacola, Florida, which is near the Alabama border. Do you see Roy Moore with him at that event?
Well, I would be very surprised if the White House is going to get that close to Roy Moore. But then again, I'm surprised that the RNC is back in the race there. I thought they made the right decision to get out and let the Alabama State Party support Moore if they wanted to do that. The RNC jumped back in. Trump issued a pretty close to an endorsement of Moore. I'm
get him,
really
Roy.
disappointed in that.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. What is he even going to Pensacola, Florida for? Do we even know?
I'm actually not sure what the
event is.
I think he's having his dentures worked on there. I'm not sure. Yeah.
That's a nice time of the year to be in Pensacola, but I mean, other than that, I'm not sure what he's doing there. He's
lots of
probably
trouble.
doing a fundraiser rally sort of thing.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Ed Morrissey. We'll read your article at hotair.com. You're the best in the business. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Ed.
Oh, thank you very much, Amy. Appreciate it.
And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
It's news, opinion, insight. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Coming up next, a new way to make cuts in middle school athletic teams.
Okay.
Yeah.
A personal recollection.
Well, but first, the weather forecast. Are we going to have Cliff back?
Yes, in fact, we do.
Thank you, Cliff.
If you demand it, I'm here. Today, partly sunny, brisk and cold, a high of 29. Tonight, partly cloudy and cold, a low of 16. Tomorrow, not as cold with intervals of clouds and sunshine, high of 36. Low tomorrow night, 27. Now for a check of traffic, here's Jim Telemonte.
Thank you, Cliffy. Thank you, Amy and Bruce. Good morning. We have heavy delay still on the inbound Eisenhower. After an earlier crash in Sacramento, it's in recovery mode, but very slowly. The travel time is an hour and 38 minutes from 390 to downtown. That's an hour and 22 minutes from Manheim to the Circle. Outbound just 38 minutes. Edens, it's 25 minutes. Lake Hook to the Junction, outbound 33. Kennedy, an hour. O'Hare to downtown, a little quicker in the locals than the Express. Outbound 46 minutes to the airport. The Stevenson, now an hour and 18 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound 40 minutes. The Ryan, 30 minutes, 95th to downtown. Bishop Ford still rough at 46 minutes, 80-94 to the Ryan. Southbound Tri-State slow 120 to Atkinson. Northbound 95th to the Hinsdale Oasis. From the Reagan Tollway to North Avenue. Problems on 53 after a crash near the Adams Tollway. Delays there northbound starting at Higgins. Southbound slow Rand to Northwest Highway. 80-94 very heavy eastbound Torrance to Indianapolis Boulevard after a crash. I'm Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
Gather your friends, your family, and coworkers to team up for a holiday party that will be remembered for years to come. Make 10 Pin Bowling Lounge your destination for your office party or get-together. 10 Pin isn't just bowling. It's a cool, comfortable, upscale lounge with great music, delicious food, and a tempting drink list. You have to see their 128-foot video wall featuring your favorite sports teams or your own presentation. And you'll be on your game on one of the 24 state-of-the-art bowling lanes. If the pins don't go down as easily as the martinis, burgers, and conversation, don't worry, that's only part of the fun. Let their expert team of party planners customize your event, big or small. There's room for everyone, so enjoy your next happy hour, corporate outing, or party at 10 Pin Bowling Lounge downtown on State Street, right next to the House of Blues. I've been there. I know them. They're great. They're wonderful. I bowled there. Come for the bowling or just come for everything else. Get started today at 10pinchicago.com. That's 10pinchicago.com.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
You know
what? They do make me feel better. I really do like it. It has helped me a lot. It gives me energy. They're working out for me, and so I'm really, really happy.
When I first started taking it, someone mentioned my my skin, and that was like within like the first couple of weeks, and I thought, wow.
I feel like $1 million. Really love the product. I gotta tell you, I don't no longer have those energy lows at 4 o'clock when I'm falling asleep. I am doing things I ordinarily would not do.
What are you waiting for? Good health is only a phone call away. Don't miss your opportunity to get a free month's supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code CHICAGO.
Point Blank Range and Gun Shop provides a clean and safe indoor shooting range and retail store. At Point Blank, associates focus on customer needs, whether they're an expert or new to shooting. That's why people are talking about Point Blank.
I can tell you, I was impressed as soon as I walked through the door. The employees were really helpful, very patient, and knowledgeable, too.
Point Blank Range and Gun Shop. Experience the difference this holiday season. ShootPointBlank.com for more information. Check out the Glock event this weekend at Point Blank Range and Gun Shop. All the latest Glock firearms will be featured and on sale this Friday through Sunday and only at Point Blank. Point Blank Range and Gun Shop offers a state-of-the-art indoor shooting range, an extensive inventory of firearms and ammo, and a supportive, knowledgeable team. The Glock event is this weekend at Point Blank Range and Gun Shop. Check out ShootPointBlank.com for all the Glock info. Some restrictions may apply.
There's no feeling like grabbing a seat in a comfy chair to look through memories in a photo album. It's so much more enjoyable than looking at a computer or the small screen of a smartphone. An album of photos will last a lifetime. They can't be erased or become victim of a crashed hard drive. Print your photo memories at oneclickpics.com, your online photo center. Whether they're for an album, a gift, or framed for display, you want the very best quality. You can get that from the photo experts at oneclickpics.com. Oneclickpics.com is a professional photo printer. You'll be amazed at the quality of your pictures, canvas prints, invitations, or announcements. You'll see details in your photos you've never seen before.
Right now, buy 24 5x7 cards for only $19.92. Printed on one or both sides on 100-pound premium cardstock, including envelopes.
Trust your digital picture memories to the photo technicians trained in every aspect of digital photo production. OneClickPix.com. OneClickPix.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Grandma got run over by
Oh. Do you want to sing this one? So Bruce and I normally team up the week before Christmas, and we always sing a song. It's an annual event because we've been doing it 2 years, and now it's an annual event. Then we do it the Friday before the Christmas break at 8:35.
Yes.
So you guys
We've
can
done
text
Silver
us.
Bells.
We've done Silver Bells.
We've done the Roofie song, which is
Baby, It's Cold
Baby,
Outside.
It's cold outside.
I really can't stay.
I really can't stay.
Hey, what's in this drink?
There's a roofie for you.
This evening has been
I'm Bill Cosby.
so very nice.
Yes.
Yeah, Keith Conrad, our executive producer, hates when we practice the song. But anyway, so yeah, if anybody has suggestions, 64636, type in DA, then a quick comment. Okay, so today's the big day. We have to make cuts for basketball. I'm coaching the 5th and 6th grade girls, and we had a lot of girls try out, which is great because I love that they're interested in sports. And
everybody's a winner.
Yeah. Well, we're doing things a little different this year.
How so?
Normally, we go through the tryouts, with tryouts on Tuesday, tryouts on Thursdays. Then you put a list on the gym door.
Sure.
Who made the team. Then the kids
like
come.
Martin Luther's 95 Theses.
And that's how I would find out if I made a team. You go, you see the list on the gym door. We've been doing this for decades. Almost a century we've been doing this. That's how you find out if you make the team.
We've also been harassing
we don't
women
send emails,
for decades too, but
we
go
just-
ahead.
Okay.
Tell us about this. You don't.
So this year, are you ready?
Yes.
Because some parents complain because the list it's emotionally not supportive. guess that's the reason why.
To have a list up there?
Yeah, that it's public shaming.
Right, because the people who don't get on, the kids that don't get on, are going to see that they're not on.
Right, because they feel bad, which I understand, because I didn't make softball. I'm still upset about it. I mean, that was 40 years ago, and I'm still upset. But my name wasn't on the list, so I knew I didn't make the team. It's part of life. You win some, you lose some.
But do you have to be publicly shamed? Apparently you feel
well,
that
now
since you were shamed as a child, this should happen in perpetuity.
So now we have to talk to the kids, which I think is even worse. I don't know. So today after tryouts or during tryouts, we have to pull aside every kid and tell them whether they made the team or not, which is rough. Or do you wait till after? Because my sons just tried out and they both made it, thank goodness. But they said that they were pulling kids in and said, well, you're not going to be on the team if you want to stay for the rest of today. That's fine. If you want to leave, I'll understand why.
Now, I should tell you, you think this is being way too sensitive. But I believe in the NFL, they used to do it this way.
Oh.
What they do is the Turk would come to you on the practice field and say,
Coach wants to see you in the office.
See you and bring your playbook.
That's right. So maybe now we're like the
Don't ever
professionals.
tell Rick Tellender that story because you talk about 40 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Every time you bring it up, he would still cry over it when he was
he
cut
got
by
cut?
the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, when Hank Stram cut him. Oh, you do it. You bring up, hey, Rick, remember when you got cut?
And he'll still cry about it?
Yeah, he was.
What position did he play?
He
I
was
didn't know
defensive
Thielander
back
was...
on Northwestern. The guy was blessed with athletic and writing skills. Yeah, but, he didn't make the NFL.
Wow, I didn't
Okay,
know.
yeah.
I'll bring it up because I'll see him, I'm sure.
Sure you will. Yeah,
No, because we have a mutual friend, and their daughter or their son's getting married, so I'll see him there at the wedding, and I'll bring it up at the wedding.
Yeah, say Bruce Wolf
Hey.
says he's still laughing over the fact that you cry. Yes.
Mention quickly, Food for the Poor. We're going to have Todd Chapman join us in studio one more time before we head out today. But if you'd like to make a donation to Food for the Poor, go to 560theanswer.com/food. Takes just a few minutes. We're asking for a one-time donation of $50. If you are a business owner and you want to get the best advertising deal in the world, in the history of Chicago radio, become a business benefactor, $2,500 tax deductible. The money goes to Food for the Poor as a way of saying thank you. We give you 40 60-second commercials. How do they get a hold of Michael Mann?
You call Michael Mann directly at 847-871-1527. That's 847-871-1527. And ask for the Business Benefactor Program. Or visit 560theanswer.com and search for the keyword food. Or text the word BIZ, B-I-Z, to 64636.
Coming up next, trying to free Blago. But first, let's go into the newsroom and say hello once again to the man of the hour. Here's Mike Scott.
Amy and Bruce, 18 degrees. Fewer Americans filing for jobless benefits. The Labor Department saying moments ago initial claims for state unemployment benefits last week were down 2,000, seasonably adjusted 236,000. Large fires devastating Ventura and Los Angeles counties. Forecasters say strong Santa Ana winds could drive flames at 80 miles an hour today. Pete Sanders is with the L.A. Fire Department.
A lot of the area of this fire is in steep and inaccessible areas, inaccessible terrain that hasn't burned in decades, if not longer.
That comes as the Thomas Fire in Ventura County has burned more than 100,000 acres. Violence reported between Israeli security forces and Palestinian protesters in Jerusalem's Old City. Reporter Ron Allen is on the scene.
The IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces, are saying that they're on high alert and that they're sending battalions of reinforcements there because of an increase in rock throwing and Molotov cocktails, clashes between Palestinians and Israelis.
Tensions are high after President Trump announced yesterday the U.S. is officially recognizing Jerusalem as Israel's capital. Al Franken will make an announcement today from the Senate floor amid calls for him to step down. Franken has apologized for his sexual misconduct and the encounters, most of which occurred before he became a senator. More information is coming out this morning about the son of former Detroit Congressman John Conyers. John Conyers III, was apparently arrested earlier this year in Los Angeles for domestic violence, never charged. He's also been driving on a suspended license in Michigan for 2.5 years. The 27-year-old was thrown into the spotlight by his father when the elder Conyers announced his immediate retirement due to sexual harassment claims and then endorsed his son. One person is in custody after a Chicago police officer was shot in the hand on the far south side. It happened overnight near East 95th and South Calumet Avenue. An investigation is underway after a Mokina man was found dead by teenagers in Will County. The authorities say the body of Thomas Lacasse was discovered in the Hickory Creek Preserve in Frankfort Township. Preliminary autopsy results show the victim died from hanging. The Illinois State Comptroller has halted payments on a second contract that Governor Bruce Rauner's administration signed last year because it is similar to one the state regulators invalidated a few days ago. Comptroller Susana Mendoza notifying the Department of Health Care that she would not pay a $12.5 million contract with McKinsey & Company for Medicaid program assistance. Bulls fell to the Pacers 98-96. Blackhawks beaten by the Capitals 6-2. Big upset in college hoops last night as Loyola takes down number 5 Florida 65-59. The news service of Indeed.com. Are you hiring? Join the over 3 million businesses that use Indeed.com for hiring. You can post a job in minutes, manage your candidates from an easy-to-use dashboard. Post your next job on the world's #1 job site, Indeed.com. 8:34 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Mike Gallagher is hoping America comes to its senses on sanctuary cities.
A city like San Francisco protects a guy like the Kate Steinle killer so he can be out on the street to do what he did. This will spur an even greater insistence and make the wall and make the elimination of sanctuary cities even more imminent.
The Mike Gallagher Show. Weekdays at 9, right before Dennis Prager at 11 on AM 560. The Answer.
For families who love the great outdoors every season, the only place to go this season is Cabela's Christmas sale. Don't miss Saturday 8 a.m. doorbusters. Shop in-store and online at Cabela's.com.
Lake County Right to Life is looking for like-minded people to help save lives, to support women, mothers and fathers, unborn babies, families, and the elderly. Can you help? Lake County Right to Life takes an active part in both the educational and lobbying aspects of the Right to Life movement. They recognize the need to become actively involved in electing pro-life, pro-family legislators, and formed the Lake County PAC to elect local Lake County candidates who support life-affirming legislation on your behalf. Legislation that saves thousands of lives and doesn't impose on you, the taxpayer, for the lesser good. There is light at the end of the tunnel, but it takes all of us working together to accomplish a society that celebrates life and protects our most vulnerable. For donations or information about educating the public concerning current life issues and legislations, go to the Lake County Right to Life website, lcrtl.org. That's lcrtl.org. You can also follow Lake County Right to Life on Facebook.
It is 8:36. Let's get an update on the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. Eden's inbound heavy Foster to the junction. 24 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose, half on 31. Kennedy an hour. O'Hare to downtown. 30 minutes from Montrose. 31 on the express. Hop on 34 to the airport. The Eisenhower. An hour and 24 minutes. 390 to downtown. An hour 10 from Manheim. Hop on 34 minutes to 390. Stevenson, an hour and 18 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 40 minutes. The Ryan is 35 minutes, 95th to downtown, outbound 23. Crash at 31st, 2 right lanes are blocked. Lakeshore Drive delays southbound Bryn Mawr to North Avenue, northbound from Soldier Field to Jackson. Tri-State delays are now only northbound, Southwest Highway to 31st, and from the Reagan Tollway to North Avenue. Northbound Veterans Memorial, slow Boughton to the Reagan Tollway, Lake to 290, southbound North Avenue to Roosevelt. The other tollways have cleared up, 53 as well. 8094 slow eastbound Torrance to Indianapolis Boulevard, westbound Broadway to Grant, and Klein to Indianapolis. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast, partly sunny, brisk and cold, with a high of 29, currently 18. Next news at 9, Chicago's Morning Answer continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by HealthQuest Radio with Dr. David Kolbaba. HealthQuest Radio is heard Saturday mornings at 11 o'clock here on AM 560, The Answer.
If you're looking for the latest news, insight into what it means, and the sharpest opinion, there's only one station in Chicago where you can turn, and it's this one. We're AM 560, The Answer.
'Tis the season for giving, and we have partnered up with Food for the Poor. We've properly vetted them. I even traveled with them to Haiti and saw firsthand the good work that they do. And it's good to know that 95% or 95 cents of every dollar actually goes to help people in need. And with that, we welcome back to the program Todd Chapman, who's been here all morning telling us
and what
stories.
a ride it's been.
I know.
You guys are a ball. You're a blast.
Are we funny or informational?
Even Bruce.
You're
even,
kind.
even Bruce.
Very kind.
Bruce is actually about as funny as he thinks he is.
Well, you know what? I am going to donate the water that I was going to drink today to your cause. No,
Dang,
this
man,
is an
thank
amazing
you.
thing because I keep hearing the stories over and over again. But it's something because when I see these commercials and all that, for helping people out, and all, it's my eyes glaze over usually, and it's an abstraction. But you're talking about just giving the basics of life to people, like food and just water, to people in Haiti.
And we want to remind people, too, that you're helping currently those in Puerto Rico and in other Caribbean islands. What's the urgent need right now?
Everything in Puerto Rico. I mean, honestly, it's still so bad there. We've partnered with 300 churches, many of them Catholic, but all different denominations, and that's the way Food for the Poor works. We are a faith-based organization, and we've always partnered with churches and other nonprofits that are on the ground in these countries. But in Puerto Rico, we've shipped already about 160 shipping container loads of various supplies, medicines, food, water, generators, blankets, tarps, flashlights, batteries, just anything that these folks need. And frankly, they need everything because that whole island has been completely decimated. And we're going to keep after it until Puerto Rico's back on its feet. So, yeah, that's just one of the things we're doing. We're helping the other small Caribbean islands in the wake of Irma and then Maria. And, of course, then we've got our ongoing work in countries like Haiti and Guatemala where we feed hundreds of thousands of people every day thanks to your generous donation. So we got a few things going on.
Oh, yeah, you're busy. I mean, there'll never not be a need for Food for the Poor.
Yeah, well.
And also we should mention, because we've talked about the villages that you come in and you transform them and provide wells with clean drinking water.
Mm-hmm.
But the best way out of poverty is education. And Food for the Poor has built a number of schools. Because in Haiti, it doesn't work like it does in the States. In Haiti, you have to have a uniform, correct? And you have to have books.
You have to have
that costs
shoes,
money.
uniforms, books. Yeah, and again, the folks in Haiti, they are beyond poor. I mean, $2 a day is the average per capita income in Haiti, and so sending your kids to school, it's pretty much an impossibility. But so Food for the Poor comes alongside. We help build the schools. We help provide uniforms and books and supplies, and then we also put feeding programs into the schools, as well as many of our water purification systems are actually located on school sites. So it's good for the kids who are in the school, but it also benefits that entire community. I got to tell you, clean water in Haiti, people flock to that. And we've got an amazing solution. It's a solar-powered water purification unit. Costs about $35,000 to put one of these in. It's going to last 3 or 4 decades, and it's you can put. I've drunk from these. It's amazing. You can put the vilest water into it, and it comes out pristine.
Really?
And it's solar-powered, so it's a great solution, and that's how we do water. It comes out to about, on the average cost per person is about $5 to put a system in like that. So far more efficient than trucking water in and, and other ways to provide water. So that's just one of the things we do.
Why don't you just take over Haiti?
I
mean, because, seriously.
Bruce.
No, but
Far smarter people than me have tried.
No, because it's that's one of the things you don't have to worry about the graft and the corruption that you have. There's a reason that these governments never come through.
Yeah,
they need relief organizations like yours. You're the savior.
No, there'd be honestly, I can say this from being there, tens of thousands of people would be dead if it was not for Food for the Poor. What you've provided.
And I point right back to our donors, people like you that give to allow us to work 35 years now. And understand this, Food for the Poor doesn't get government grants or anything like that. We're completely privately funded by just people that give $50, $150, $200, and keep us going. And so we're just hoping that you'll come alongside during this Christmas season and join Amy and our friends here at The Answer. $50 gift is going to give one child food for a year. It's 2 meals a day through one of our feeding programs. And then Water for Life, part of your gift goes to help build one of those water purification systems. And I got to tell you, I've been so fortunate to get to go to these countries numerous times. I've seen before and after. I've actually met a woman in Guatemala who works at an orphanage that we support. And her name is Candelaria. And I said, so tell me your story. She said, well, I actually was one of the kids that
Wow.
grew up in this community, and I came here to, and it's far more than, it's really not an orphanage. It's almost like a daycare center. But they learn, they get a good meal, they get spiritual, instruction and things like that. And she said, and so then I was able to go away and go to school, but I had to come back to help my community. I wanted to help other kids in the community where I grew up. And that's what we're really doing. We're planting seeds of hope for future generations. Because I get it. This poverty can be overwhelming, and you can look at it and say, Haiti is hopeless. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all, and I've been there a lot. I mean, the people of Haiti are in my heart, and we have seen incremental progress across 30 years of working there. But how do you tackle this thing? One person, one family, one community at a time, and it all starts with people like you giving your generous gift.
And also, too, you're teaching people how, teaching them to farm.
Yeah.
And I know teaching them how to
huge.
fish. There's boats that, said food for the poor, teach them to be self-sufficient.
We have I think over 40 fishing villages in Haiti, and they go out. We get them the boats and the motors and the fish attracting devices. They can get out into the deeper waters because the shallows are fished out.
Mhm.
They get bigger fish. We set them up with refrigeration systems, and there's caveats. We say, okay, if we're going to do this, you have to distribute fish in your community, feed your community, and then any surplus you're going to sell at market. So now they've got an income stream. And I got to tell you, these self-sustainability projects, whether it be fish or agriculture, they really do work. These people don't want a hand out. They really do want a hand up, and that's what you get to do.
And it's so, we'd notice this too, Bruce. Even on the flight from Fort Lauderdale to Port-au-Prince, every Haitian on the plane was dressed to the nines. I mean, they take such pride in their appearance. And even when you go to these villages, they may wear the same thing every day, but gosh darn it, it's going to be clean, and it's going to, there's just this level of self-respect in the way they dress.
Yeah. They're beautiful people.
Yeah,
They're
and the
beautiful people. Great
beautiful
spirit.
smiles, like they're just so warm and loving, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It was so strange because after I went to Haiti, 2 weeks later, I went to visit my best friend Kathy Muno Budson in Woodbury, Minnesota, and her neighbor has a child from Haiti.
Okay.
And I can't tell you how they got the child, but he's just sweet. And I spent so much time with him, and I looked in my pocket, and I opened up my pocket, and I had Haitian money.
Oh, wow.
And it was pretty sizable. I mean, it was a few thousand, but I mean,
Goods, yeah.
Yeah, goods. I had goods. And I had a ton of goods. But and his face light up, and he said, Mom, and I said, you know what? Oh my gosh, this is God's work that there's a Haitian in Minnesota.
Right.
Here,
Wow.
and he started crying, and he said, Mom, now I can buy my mom and dad something for Christmas, and my brothers and sisters, and books and a backpack, and he was just so excited because the first thing wasn't to keep it for himself; it was to give to others.
Yeah. How
and
cool.
I love that. Isn't that cool? That
It's
it
so
was
awesome. Yeah.
and we just bonded. And then the next morning he came over to have breakfast with me, and then he went with us to the golf club. I mean, he was just with us the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was really neat.
Yeah, it's really cool. I get excited thinking about, and last year was the first year we worked with The Answer, and it was an amazing campaign. This year we're trying to save 3,000 kids. But think about this: you and your family, $50, you could literally change the world for a child. What a great Christmas present for one of these starving kids, afraid of the water they're drinking. You could say, you can be the person that says, hey, you know what? For the next year, you don't have to worry about food. You're going to get fed. And we're going to help build a well in your community so that you don't have to be afraid of the water you drink.
Well, think about it. I mean, and you're talking about 2 meals a day.
2 meals a day.
The first thing
For
I think
a
of
year.
is I only get 2 meals in a day. I mean, so it's first world problem.
Yeah, but a lot of these
they'll
kids
take
go
it.
a lot of these kids go 2, 3, 4 days without eating anything.
And you could tell the ones that are malnourished because their hair
turns
orange on top. And Food for the Poor, their headquarters in Port-au-Prince, they have basically, doctors standing by to offer vaccinations. And then there was a peanut butter goo that they would give the kids.
Yeah,
it was a
it's,
peanut butter based paste. But
Plumpy Nut is
Plumpy
what
Nut,
it's
that's
called.
what it's
Yeah, it's
called.
a peanut butter product, and it's high in protein, and so we give that to the kids, and that's a nutritional supplement. We work with Hormel Foods. They've developed a product called Spammy. It's based on Spam, but the same thing, high nutrient for malnourished kids. We distribute that in Central America, and making a huge difference. We're really fortunate we have great partnerships, but again, it all comes down to people like you, just everybody just doing a little bit here, a little bit there to make a difference.
And $50, that's all we're asking. You could feed a child for a year and provide clean water for life. Go to 560theanswer.com/food. You can also check out the video that we made.
That's an amazing video. I love it.
You're in it too. That's why it's so amazing.
Oh, no, not hardly.
But we had a good group. I mean,
It was an amazing group.
We went with Bruce. We went with radio talk show hosts from around the country, from Atlanta to LA, Dallas, and everybody in our group was. I don't know. We had a special bond because you're embarking on something that you don't. I've never been to Haiti before, and the only information I had was from you and some others, what to expect, and it blew me away. I didn't think I'd be as moved as I was, but those Haitians are in your heart. So we're asking you to open up your hearts this holiday season. 560theanswer.com/food. One-time donation of $50, or you can become a business benefactor, Bruce.
Yes, and with this program, any business that makes a $2,500 tax-deductible donation to Food for the Poor will receive 40 60-second commercials Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. on AM 560 The Answer. For a business that wants to be involved in this program, here's how you do it. Call sales manager Michael Mann directly at 847-871-1527. That's 847-871-1527, and ask for the Business Benefactor Program. Or visit 560theanswer.com and search for the keyword food, or text the word biz, B-I-Z, to 64636.
We want to thank KP Toffee, Joe Cotton Ford, Gennady Insurance, just a few companies that are already business benefactors. If you're thinking about doing this, if you have any questions, please just call Michael Mann because spots are filling up quickly. Reach Michael Mann again at 847-871-1527. He's waiting for your phone call, and become a business benefactor. Todd Chapman, always a pleasure to have you on the program. So good to see you, and thanks so much because he was our guide in Haiti. And we put our trust in you, and you delivered, and we really appreciate it. My family appreciates that you brought us all home safely.
Well, I can take the least amount of credit for that because
you and the bodyguards.
We have a great staff, and the bodyguards. The bodyguards are important. Glad you could come.
Yeah, God bless you. Thank you so much.
The more you listen, the more you'll know. This is Chicago's Morning Answer. Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Gentlemen, this time of year can be exhausting and stressful. Did you know that stress is associated with low testosterone levels and can worsen symptoms like fatigue, trouble sleeping, and your mood? If you're feeling a lack of energy or motivation, you should get your levels checked. I personally recommend my friends at Low T Center. It's where I get my levels checked. Their physicians exclusively diagnose and treat men with low T. At Low T Center, they make it quick and easy. You walk in, take a simple blood test, and with the convenience of their on-site lab, you'll know your results in about 20 minutes. So if you've been drinking coffee or energy drinks just to get through the day, or maybe you feel like you need a nap most days, you might have low T. Most health insurance is accepted. Choose my friends at Low T Center, now with the location in downtown Chicago on the Mag Mile at 625 North Michigan Avenue. Call 312-239-3427. Tell them Dan Prof sent you. That's me. The number 312-239-3427. Call now or go to lowtcenter.com. That's lowtcenter.com. Do it today.
You are about to hear from Dr. Douglas Howard.
After 20 years and tens of thousands of success stories, Balance of Nature is still the only pure whole food supplement available. Balance of Nature has served more than 500 million servings of fruits and vegetables. Don't accept imitations, copies, or substitutions. Our success stories are unique to Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies. You'll know you have the real thing when you open the bottles and see, smell, and taste real produce.
It is worth every penny I pay because they really have made such a difference in my life. It is making me feel a whole lot better.
Even my doctor thought it was a good product.
Take Dr. Howard's Health Challenge and find out how to get 2 free sets of fruits and veggies. We'll even ship them to you for free. Call now for details. Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code Chicago.
This is Dan Proft with 60 Seconds of Sanity, sponsored by Upstream-Ideas.com. One day you're the 2-time Super Bowl champion, 2-time Super Bowl MVP with the second longest starting streak in NFL history. And the next day you're on the bench. That's life. but how many of us would handle it with the humility of Eli Manning? Manning was given the option to continue to start and play a few series to keep his streak alive, but declined, saying, "That's not the right way to play." In doing so, he essentially said that if coach thinks starting someone else at QB gives the team the best chance to win, then we should do that. Manning's personal streak isn't bigger than the team. "It's hard, but hang in there and figure it out," said Manning. How Manning responded to being benched with understandable disappointment but not defiant entitlement is why he's a leader of men and a two-time Super Bowl champion, twice defeating the team of his generation for the Lombardi Trophy. A few days later, Sports Illustrated conferred the Muhammad Ali Legacy Award to a Castro-loving spoiled brat. The NFL's positive, teachable moments are few and fleeting. Lionizing Colin Kaepernick is an example of our time. Eli Manning's example is timeless. Most professional athletes are not role models, but some are.
It's that wonderful time of the year where you get to reconnect with family and friends, to celebrate, catch up, and just have fun. At Augustino's Rock and Roll Deli and Grill, they call that FaceTime. And whether FaceTime happens around your table or theirs, Augie's has been helping families and friends celebrate this busy and exciting season with great food at a great price for almost 40 years. Dine on their signature subs as big as your forearm, homemade Italian beef, hand-rolled meatballs, fresh, never frozen grilled burgers, and mouth-watering pizza. Surrounded by museum-quality memorabilia, Augie's offers a truly unique dining experience. With fast, fresh, affordable food, Augustino's Rock and Roll Deli and Grill is ready to make your holidays with family and friends simple and easy. With fast, fresh, affordable food, Augustino's Rock and Roll Deli and Grill in Carroll Stream or West Chicago. Get your parties started now. Check out the extensive holiday catering menu at augustinos.com. From family gatherings to office parties, make FaceTime happen with Augustino's Rock and Roll Deli and Grill.
Celebrate the Season of Audi sales event with a beautiful new Audi from Continental Audi of Naperville. Purchase or lease a new Audi during the event and we'll make your first payment of $600 to $1,300. How's that for spreading holiday cheer? With over 180 new vehicles in stock, we have the perfect Audi for you. Stop by for your best test drive ever and feel the sure-footed all-wheel drive performance of Audi Quattro on our exclusive Naperville test track. The 2018 Audi Q3 is an agile crossover with innovative technology, and it's available for 1.9% financing plus $1,500 of bonus cash. And don't forget, we'll make your first payment. Visit us at ContinentalAudi.com or in our Naperville showroom at Aurora and Ogden Avenues. Experience the Continental difference, where smiles are standard equipment. On select new Audi models, when you lease or finance with AFS, payments between $600 and $1,300, 1.9% for 66 months on 2018 Q3 models with approved credit. $1,625 per thousand finance with zero down for 66 months, expires 1/2/18.
With the holidays approaching, now's the perfect time to purchase 2 gifts and only pay for 1. Or give a gift and keep 1 for yourself. Yes, folks, the MyPillow buy 1, get 1 free offer is back. I urge you to go online or call now and take advantage. By using the promo code Amy, you'll get the absolute best deal available. I personally love my MyPillows. I get a great night's sleep by moving the fill to give me the support I need, regardless of my sleep position. And I never wake up with a stiff neck or headache. They're made in America. You can wash and dry them. They're hypoallergenic, plus have a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. And it's great to know you're supporting a company that helped thousands of hurricane victims. So get your buy 1, get 1 free MyPillows as gifts or for yourself by calling 800-489-0201. Use the promo code Amy or visit MyPillow.com. That's 800-489-0201, promo code Amy.
AM 560, The Answer.
So Al
Cake by
Franken,
the ocean.
you know what it really means?
I don't want to know because my grandchildren do the dancing to the video.
You don't.
Oh, I don't want to know what it is. It's the most innocent song in the world, and it isn't.
That's what I thought so
It's
too.
not.
And then till
What
my
is-
kids let me know.
Oh,
It's. Can I say? Wait, hold on.
No, you
Can I
can't.
say?
You can't.
Okay, so it means not cake by the ocean. It means sex by the ocean.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Just so you know.
Sex
Okay?
on the beach is a drink.
Yes, it happens. All right, so we've gotten some exclusive information about what Senator Al Franken's going to say on the Senate floor today. I think he speaks around 11:45, so 10:45 our time. We don't know yet if he's going to resign or if he's just going to say he's sorry again, but he will, we've heard, say a little bit of this.
I don't know why I did this. I know nothing about politics. They're going to cancel the show. I'm going to die homeless and penniless. I'm 20 pounds overweight. No one will ever love me.
I think he's got a guaranteed job at Air America again. He failed once, but
Is Air America still around? No, the whole thing. The whole thing
it
imploded.
cratered.
It
The story
did?
I heard about Al Franken is that he'd come in with a retinue, a whole bunch of people and all that.
Yeah.
Whereas a guy like Sean Hannity, who actually had listeners, would come in unassumingly and just do a show. If it was
Right.
a remote location. But Al had all these people around it. Several of them apparently he groped, and he had no listeners.
Really?
Yeah.
Or he might say this today.
Anyway, as you know, in 12-step programs, of which I belong to 5, we are not supposed to drag the program into controversial issues. So I said to myself, Stuart, you should steer clear of politics. You should just zip the lip. You should talk about something else. And then I realized that I was shooting all over myself, as we say in program.
Hey, I loved him and Michael Jordan on Saturday
Oh,
Night Live.
that was my
Yeah.
favorite. And
That was
gosh
great.
darn it, I'm good.
Yeah.
And somebody likes me.
I actually saw the Stuart Smalley movie and enjoyed it.
Oh,
And
my
I met Al
goodness.
Franken once, and it was only for
Where
5
was his
seconds.
hand when he took a picture with you?
I can't remember. Some girl.
Uh-huh.
Not me.
All right, thanks so much for making us part of your morning. Thanks to Justin, to Quinn, and to our executive producer, Keith Conrad, and to you, Bruce Wolf.
Thank you.
And we'll be blessed with your presence tomorrow as well. Mwah. Have a great, happy day, and we'll be back here tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. Now let's get into the newsroom. Here is Mike Scott.
Amy and Dan, there may be a replacement for Al Franken. Fox with the latest on that story as it develops throughout the day. A decision delayed on whether a reporter should testify in the Laquan McDonald case. Bulls blow a big lead, and the Blackhawks wax by Washington. WIND Chicago News Time is 9 o'clock.